Shalom, family. You are now tuned into Tmhc TV, family, knowledge, love, and most of all, respect. Hey, Yasharala, and I got my brother, the mighty Hebrew, in the building, and we're going to talk about the general, one of the soldiers that has went on to be with the Most High, General Tatum, and we're going to get into it tonight and try to answer questions and just deal with it. We know the family's in mourning, but it comes at a great loss to all of us, the ones that didn't know and the ones that did know him. This was still felt amongst all of Israel. And so, it's hurtful. But without any further ado, I want to bring on the mighty Hebrew. And we're going to go in. First, we're going to give all praise and honor to the Most High. Mighty Hebrew. Come on in, bro.
Hallelujah. First and foremost, I give all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, eternal, powerful one of our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, striving for righteousness' sake. I say unto the family, Shalom Aleichem. It's an honor and privilege once again to be on the Most High Children TV. You know, it's always an honor to work with you, brother. You know, it's a sad moment that we have to deal with this here on the Most High Children TV, but at the same time, we have to deal with reality for what reality is. When, you know, all nations, you have ups and downs and good and bads. And tonight, I just want to speak, you know, the facts about what happened to my comrade, my brother, General Deshaun Tatum. You know, there's been a lot of mixed information about what happened. I'm one of the spokespersons for the family, dealing with the national jurisdiction of the family's needs. Naturally, the Yahshua movement. We have Elder Demetria. He's speaking on the ecclesiastical jurisdiction, more of the spiritual aspect of what's going on. So, again, I also want to give a shout out to Yahshua, the movement. Everything that I do, I'm moving in accord with the leadership of Yahshua, the movement, as well as the family itself, because I don't want to in no way, shape, form, or fashion misrepresent Yahshua, the movement, because they bring forth good tidings when it comes to the nation of Israel. So we're going to keep the memory of Yahshua, the movement, alive by the way of what the general brought forth. Us, the mighty Hebrews, we're going to, you know, make sure that we stay on point at all times. So, yeah, let's just get into the synopsis of the whole subject matter at hand. You know, if you want to start with questions, or do you want me to just get right into it? However you want me to do it, we can do it that way. But again, just I'm sending my condolences to the family. I see earlier the mother, she came on Facebook, made some wonderful comments about the video that I just made. Over 4,000 people done seen it so far. The word is spreading, and we're going to get into all that tonight. You know, what's going on right now with the situation. Hallelujah.
All praises. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Okay, let's deal with it. Me and one of my brothers, before we actually jump into it, me and one of the brothers was talking the other day, and we were discussing the 7-day mourning process, and I noticed that you said something about it as well. So before we go into it, can we dabble into the 7-day mourning process that Israel go through when we dealing with things like this of this nature?
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, giving all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, eternal, powerful one of our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Yeah, when you look in the scripture, it gives us 7 days to mourn. Sometimes, if you mourn a little bit longer, I think the maximum is 14 days, another 7 days. There was a reason why we did that. We did it, you know, to get, you know, not only recognition to those that transcended, you know, to the other side or back to the essence of Yahweh, I and soul. We did it also to release any for anger, frustration, whatever was going on in our, you know, individual lives and collectively as a nation. So once that's all out of us, then from there we can individually and collectively be focused. Because when you first hear horrible news such as we heard with the late general passing on, you know, a lot of emotionalism, like the brother was saying, like Elder Demetria was saying, a lot of times we can move by the way of our emotions. So that's something that we don't want to, you know, go into this, okay? Because the powers that be at large, they are working overtime to keep us from not moving forward and upward, dealing with the death of our brother. And, you know, we're going to show by dealing with this, it also brings forth a national collective remembrance, you know, because when I put that out there that we need a national 7-day mourning for this great leader, not only is it to, you know, bring forth a national consciousness of the brother, but also to bring forth a form of unification. Because remember, certain things that we did as a sovereign nation collectively glued us. So not only did we do the national festivals outlined in Wayikra or Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, there were also things that we did that affected us collectively. And one of them were mournings dealing with the death of loved ones, the death of national leaders. And when we talk about Sean or General Deshaun Tatum, he was definitely a national leader in Israel. It's no way that we, shape, form, or fashion that we can get around this. We will get into that this man, we're not talking about him dealing with a few congregational members. The brother manifested a movement that has affected brothers and sisters throughout the United States and even spreading even overseas. Their movement has even affected Israelite brothers and sisters overseas and even in the penal institutions. So we have to deal with this for what it is. And we're going to get into this tonight. Hallelujah. And I hope I answered your question. But again, we are in the 7-day mourning period. This is why tonight we was going to do the thing of determining the calculation of Leviticus, the 23rd chapter with Dr. Mourning Yisrael. But we've been pushing, you know, dates of certain radio and TV events that we have to do. We've been pushing them up because we want to respect and honor this national leader, General Deshaun Tatum or General Sean Tatum. You know, his life was ended so short, but he put out so much, you know, and he really loved Yisrael, and he wanted to see the unification of our people for the growth and betterment, not only just for Israel, but even for humanity at large, because we as Yisrael, we are a light into the nations. So it's important to keep our brother's name alive in righteousness. And again, our brother leaves, you know, left from this world, leaving us with, you know, behind, you know, 9 children, 3 Nashim, a father, a mother, siblings, you know, congregational members, people that loved him. So this has affected people even to the point they haven't even met the brother. And people are doing, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, they're posting and going live, and you see grown men and women, they just shedding tears. So this man has been a tremendous impact in the nation of Israel at large. And this is something we can't forget. Hallelujah.
All praises once again. And once again, respect and condolences to the family. We here for you. Anything you need, you can reach out to us. We'll be here for you through it all. This is family. All feel the pain as my brother is expressing. We all feel it. We are shedding tears all across because this is a brother. Lord. And before we get into how and why, let's just talk about the brother himself, General Tatum. Let's talk about himself. Like, I never got a chance to meet the brother myself, but I know that you did. So how was that experience? And just let's talk about the brother himself.
Ken. General Deshaun is a very extraordinary person. Very unusual, strange, not in a negative way. But when we say strange or unusual, you'll get a negative connotation with that. But when we go into the etymology and understand what we mean, he was set apart. He was different. Me and him, we known each other for some years by social media and commenting one to another on, social media, whether it was MySpace, and then later on, now you have, even back then you had Yaspace, and now we talking Facebook. Being in the presence of the general, oh man, this brother was a happy brother. He was a man with energy. I mean, whether he was dealing with music, whether he was dealing with his family, whether he was dealing with the nation, everything was to bring forth the kingdom of Yah and righteousness. When I went to go see this man, everything that was said about him and about himself, you know what I'm saying, and by himself and about him, amongst other people, excuse me, let me rephrase that, was all true. This man was a true man of a righteous example. And I'm not talking hearsay. You can, a lot of times we get so physical that we lose the spiritual eye. And when I was around this brother, I was able to use my spiritual eye or my Yah mind to really examine the man. See, I wasn't really impressed about the physical image, but it was the spirit that dwelt within the man that gave me the assurance that I was dealing with a true prophet of the Most High. I must admit, without a question, that the Most High brought him. Now, we may have had our differences doctrinally, but that doesn't stop the fact that he was sent by the Most High. And in the process, he was growing into his prophethood. Now one might say, well, how you going to call this man a prophet? It all depends on how one determines what a prophet is, because we've been under the Western impression of a Nabi. The word Nabi means when you get the noon, and then you got the bait, and you got the ion. And when you look at it, that the noon is the seed, the bait is the house, and the ion is something that's open like an eyeball. So in that retrospect, it is one that sees his seed within the house of Yisrael, a continuation of that eternal message that the prophets brought forth, bubbling from out of the stomach or from out of the Yah consciousness. So he was growing into that. One of his videos I just seen not too long ago, the man literally, we're not talking figuratively, metaphorically, we talking about the man literally prophesied his own demise, meaning his death of our own people, but he clearly said in the hands of the Euro Gentiles. So he, that's something that we cannot just take lightly and say, well, that was a coincidence. Right after he did that, it was like, boom, he died. So in such a horrific way. So the man I'm focusing on the spirit that dwelt within the man. And when I was around him, I could feel the presence of y'all. It's immense. And everybody that was around, he made me feel comfortable. When you talking about a prince being honored, when I came, he honored me as a prince. I'm talking about he's a real man of honor. He was a real man of honor. Not, you know, people say I have honor, this, that, the third. No. The honor that he presented to me was an honor that it felt Eastern in nature. Okay. Eastern and Far Eastern in nature. I can feel that type of honor in him. And that right there is what made us click, because our backgrounds are similar. You know, he came from Chesapeake, Virginia. You know, he was from the hood. I'm from North Philadelphia, from the hood. We ran the streets, a lot of similarities. So we were able to easily relate to one to another. Even when people tried to speak ill about me to him, and people tried to speak ill about him to me, we was able to see through all that and just build. He was definitely a Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalist. You know, he seen the importance of unification when it came to all the camps connecting, you know, and he will always say, he never like tried to enforce knowledge. And I never tried to enforce what I acknowledge. It was always, his saying was, do your best in what you acknowledge, and I will do my best in what I acknowledge. And in the end, truth will prevail. So he never was one that was like, I'm right, you wrong. He never was like that. So, you know, anybody that has a perception about him on levels like that, that's the wrong impression. The man was definitely a man of honor. I also want to send my condolences family, to the first lady, his other Nasheen, his Yiladim, meaning his children, you know, to his Abba, his Ima, to the new leader of, or spiritual tribal general change, to the elder of Yahshua the movement, elder Dimitri, you know, all those that's a part of Yahshua the movement. I send my condolences. The mighty Hebrew tribal minister Nasik Charlandine, I send my condolences. The mighty Hebrews, we love you. Yahweh love you. Army of Israel, FOPE. You know, oh man, I can go on. Tel Aviv, Wu-Tang Clan, you know, Most High Children TV, Global Media, we love you. Shemrei HaTorah, Shema Yisrael, B'nai Adat, Kifraim, Big Hetzabat, all the Israelites all over the world, we love you. We here to support. Hallelujah.
All praises, all praises. Now, you know, it's been a lot of stories. I know that you are dealing directly, and that you would like to basically clear up, or you don't want to go into that, but is there anything you'd like to clear up about what actually happened?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because there are stories out there that circulate, and I will not let my brother's name or our brother's name be slandered. Okay. There's a lot of people out there giving misinformation about what occurred, and they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm going to give the family a brief synopsis as to what happened. We don't have to hide anything because we serve the creator of heaven and earth. We will not hide what happened. So the information that I got is this. We have Yahshua the movement sanctuary, or Knesset. We have the sanctuary, okay? So then you also have next door something called Sarah Pet Spa. They're right next to each other. So the dispute started with a water bill, okay? And the altercation started with the husband and the late general. And whatever happened, there was a physical altercation. They say that the general got over. Some way, somehow, the general got inside their store. Now, the witness or the witnesses that seen the incident, they can see it directly through the window. They can see it. So, and they can hear it. So the fight was over, or the quarrel was over. Okay. After it was all over and done with, okay, you have this woman, the wife, get on the counter, the top of the counter, pulled out a gun and said, "You see what I can do with this?" And shot our comrade right in his face. And he died instantly. Okay? He died instantly. Now, when you look at the media, Google, and you go look up the Tatum murder in Concord, North Carolina, they give you this rubber stamp story that there was a shooting that took place. They don't give you the ethnicity of the person. They don't give you the gender of the shooter. I mean, there are so many things that was in that paper that was totally inaccurate. They make it seem like it was a quarrel amongst friends, versus it was a quarrel with a neighbor, a business neighbor. Just because we may have association by the way of, yeah, how you doing today, and keep it moving, that don't mean they knew each other. Okay. Number two, anytime a so-called African American or Hispanic or Latino man, Hispanic, Latino, or Native American man does anything, their picture is up there, their name is up there, their ethnicity is up there, and if they got any criminal background, that's also up there. That is a major problem. When we deal with this situation right here with the late General Tatum, there is no information about who he is. There's no information about his national background as an Israelite. Even a fictitious ethnicity of being so-called African American is not mentioned. The shooter isn't mentioned as a female. None of this is mentioned, but it's as if it was a quarrel amongst friends that went bad. This is what is being portrayed on, social media, which is a false interpretation as to what happened to our brother. Our brother was executed and murdered, and we are not going to stand around General be looked upon as another Trayvon Martin or another Michael Brown or Eric Garner. We cannot have that in Israel any longer. We must stand up as a sovereign nation. We have to stop quarreling about doctrinal differences. And I've been saying this a long time ago. It don't matter if you're Messianic or Torah Senate, Rex 84, King Alfred Plan, Project Megiddo, Counterintelligence Program, and the new black supremacist information or FBI, CIA files that they have on the children of Yisrael. They can do this at any given time, and they don't care if I'm Torah Senate brother and you Messianic. They don't care about any of that. The only thing they care about is now the niggas in spics, because this is how they look at us, and wetbacks are now rising up saying that they are Yisrael. So all these things must be taken in consideration, and we have to look at this. Now it's trickling up to the leadership. He was cut down, just like Malcolm was cut down, just like King was cut down, just like Newton was cut down, just like the father, Clarence 13X, was cut down, just like Garvey was cut down by the way of Mel Fraud. Okay? And on and on and on. Our leaders have been cut down. You see now what they're trying to do right now. You see what they're trying to do on social media with Russell Simmons. You see what they're trying to do on social media to Judge Mathis. You see what they're doing to anybody they feel that they have any form of potential leadership they are trying to cut down. They did it to Pac. They did it with the East Coast, West Coast thing with Pac and Biggie. They had to stop that. They seen two men that had the potential to bring forth a unification of East Coast and West Coast Israelites, known as so-called African Americans. They seen the power of these two lyrical icons, and they had to destroy them. They seen the concept of the general. So I just asked the family to keep me in prayer, because you never know I'm next. You never know you next, brother. You never know anybody that is dealing with the rising of Yisrael can be next. You can be walking down the street and you catch a cold, and then next minute you die. But you don't know, you probably done touched something that the government done put something on you and target you, and you touch something, then out of nowhere you sick and then you die. Or you might go, it might be a robbery that went bad, but it's really not a robbery. It was a setup from the government. We have to take all these things into consideration. And I truly believe deep in my heart that this government has something somewhere, some way, somehow to do with this, covertly or overtly. It doesn't matter. What we know is that they created monsters like Sarah Shu that had the nerve to murder our brother. And this woman knew, even though she may not have the full understanding, but she knew that he was pastoral in nature. And knowing that, and then murdered him, tells us a lot about what we're dealing with here. We are when we talk about, the nature of the threat, okay, even though they try to reverse it on us, that's the true nature of the threat that you're dealing with. Okay, as Raskaz said, y'all are not dealing with human beings on a level like that. They destroyed our brother. Now, I will let the elders in the community deal with the spiritual repair of our nation. But there has to be balance. There has always been warriors in our nation. There has always been leaders that dealt with these type of issues from a nationalistic level, from a military level. I am here sent by the Creator to help bring forth government in Israel. You have other people that tune in more of the spiritual needs of the children of Yisrael, and we will continue to let elders such as Elder Tmhc and others deal with that portion of the healing process of Israel. I am a man of war, okay? I am a man of war. General clearly told the new leader of Yashu, the movement, if anything is to happen to him, to contact the mighty Hebrew. And now I'm here, and I will not rest until I'm put in a palm box, until they give us justice. Not give us, but we demand, we will take justice. We will go through the local authorities. Then after the local authorities, then we will go to the feds, okay, and deal with hate crimes, okay, and charge Sarah Sue for a hate crime, and then take it to an international level, to the International Court of Justice, the World Court in the Netherlands, because they murdered a tribal national within the Hebrew nation of Yisrael, and that's a crime against the human family of nations. We are not to go to the court system when it comes to Israelite versus Israelite. We have our own court system. But while in captivity, when the nations of the earth mistreat Yisrael, we are to go by any means to all systems of court to deal with justice. And we are seeking for the death penalty. This is what we are seeking. We are not seeking for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, or any years. She deserves death. She premeditatedly murdered our brother in cold blood. She deserves to die. There is no way, shape, form, or fashion that we are going to act like Christian cowards and pray for our enemies. To pray for our enemies is only talking about praying for our own brothers and sisters. Not to pray for the nations of the earth that are mashing us and bashing our brains out every single day. And the only thing we do is talk about praying for our enemies, meaning the other nations. No, that is not, okay, what our brother in the past, Yeshaya, Yahushai, Yeshua, whatever name they choose to pronounce his name, meant. He was talking about his own brothers and sisters within the nation of Yisrael. We must now stop the lies, stop the deception. We must now stop fighting one to another when it comes to dealing with our situations at hand. We must now rise up and not fight, but destroy the powers that be, spiritually, emotionally, militarily, psychologically, ethnically, morally, culturally, nationally. We are a nation of people. We are not going to cross over that Christian mind state that they beat us and the only thing we do is pray. We have to come from out of that mind state. It's nothing wrong with praying. I tell y'all who y'all pray for, and what y'all pray for. Y'all pray for Israel, and what y'all pray for is the rise of Israel, that the Most High give us the power to self-govern ourselves once again in righteousness, and curse those that curse the sons of Jacob, and bless those that bless the sons of Jacob, and that's inclusive to the daughters of Jacob as well. So me, the mighty Hebrew, Nasi Prince Landing, I am not going to sit here and sit back and continue the rhetoric of pussyfooting when it comes to situations like this. This has hit home. This is right in our backyard. Okay, this is right here. Now, what are we going to do about it? We're not going to sit here and just say, well, the Lord is going to do something about it. No, when you look at the scripture, the Most High gave us law, statutes, and commandments, and he told us to set up government so then that government in turn can set order and balance within the nation of Israel. Yasha Allah. So don't sit here and give us any Christian overtones about us praying for some damn Sarah shoe. And she need to take that name away because she has no connection to Sarah. She ain't no princess to us. So Miss Shoe is what I call her, because she murdered our brother, our comrade, our kinsman, took our brother away from his imam, who is crying somewhere in a room quietly and sobbing for her son. He told me out of his own mouth to fight with all my power to receive justice for his son and his family, and that's what I'm going to do. And I call his father Abba because he's an Abba to me. And I respect him and I love him, and I'm going to do what I know that the general would do for me if this were to happen to me. I'm going to fight and fight until until I go to Sheol. That's just the bottom line.
Let me ask you a question.
Hallelujah.
Let me ask you a question. What happened? What happened to the that shot him? What happened to her? What consequences did they stand? What went on with her after the fact of shooting our brother?
That's a good question. It's still under investigation, but I definitely see the situation as being a strange matter, because if me and you would have murdered somebody, what would have happened? No matter where you at. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, let's say hypothetical, if I would have caught a homicide,
we would have went to jail.
I would have went to jail. Right. I would have got locked up, went to the preliminary, got an officer of the court, which is that public pretender on my ass, and I would have got either death or life. But in this situation here, let me tell you how strange this is. And nobody can tell me this is hearsay, because I talked directly to the captain of the local Concord Police Department that's investigating this matter, Captain Clark. So nobody can say, oh, this is hearsay. No, we're dealing with facts. What they're doing is gathering the information, sending the information to the DA, so in turn the DA can decide to place an indictment on her or not. She is not in prison. This woman had a wicked nerve to set up a GoFundMe account like she's the victim, so people can help her to generate $7,000 so she can move to a new location. But guess what we did at the Mighty Hebrews? Guess what we did? We got that thing shut down. Her GoFundMe got shut down less than 3 hours yesterday. Her private page got shut down. So now we're working on the business page to shut that down. She even had to, revamp her website based on this. What she thought she was dealing with was just a regular, typical nigga that she can shoot in the head or in the face and get away with it. But she didn't know that she was dealing with a leader within the Hebrew Israelite nation. She didn't even know she was dealing with an Israelite, which she probably thought, there are probably some Jews for Jesus or some type of apocalyptic Christians or whatever she thought in her mind. She thought wrong. Okay? She thought wrong. So now she done murdered a world-renowned leader that is respected. Okay? And he's going to get justice. And we're seeking for the death penalty. She has to suffer the pain of death to get rid of this evil, because we got to look at the psychology behind it. Yahshua the movement is right next door to her. And during the Shabbat services, you mean to tell me that the elderly, the children, and the wives got to look at the face of a murderer? Father? No, we're not going to have that in Israel. She cannot keep her business next to Yahshua the movement. She must leave from that area. We will protest. Just like if you got, people that are anti-abortion activists and they go up against Planned Parenthood and they protest against abortion clinics and all that. Well, we are protesting against Miss Shu's pet spa because I refuse to call her Sarah. She ain't no Sarah. She ain't no princess to us. And she damn sure ain't an example of our foremother Sarah. So that is not her name to us. You are Miss Shu. And the shoe fit you wear, you are a murderer. You are a murderer. You murdered our brother. You murdered our comrade, and I hope you are listening to this. You murdered him. And you're going to get everything that's coming to you with the pinnacle of seriousness. And I'm not telling anybody within the Hebrew Israelite nation to lay a hand on you, inbox you, or nothing. We're going to use your own government that your wicked forefathers and foremothers set up. And we're going to use that, and we're going to ask the Most High to give us the power to have this government impose justice of the death penalty on you because you murdered our brother. You destroyed the family. You took away my brother's children's father, my brother's wife's husband. You did that, Miss Shu. So I want you to hear this. And I don't give a damn who hears what I'm saying. We are to rise up, Yisrael, and we are to demand justice for the death of our brother. That wicked, diabolical woman murdered our brother. And we are not going to rest until we get justice. And any Israelite that the nations put their hands on, we are going to rise up. And we're going to demand justice. And when we do get our own sovereign government, we will enforce justice 100% with all of our capability, might, and force. You will not beat us down into pieces any longer that was outlined in the book of Yeshayahu or Yeshaya, Isaiah, beating us down to pieces, calling us niggas, coon samples. We built this country on our backs. And you shot my brother clean in his face. You wicked woman. You're going to pay for the crime, for the sin that you have imposed and brought harm on our nation. Not only affected that household, you have affected our nation. You will never be respected in the United States as a real businesswoman. We will protest your business because even if you do murder me, this is the Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism is spreading all over the world. And you are not going to be able to do that into our people. So we're going to rise up in power. No more doctrinal differences, Israel. We can have our differences, have our own constructive debates in love. But now we must focus on building government. So we can't be taken advantage of any longer. They are taking advantage of us because they know we're not unified. So we want to take this time out to use the going the way of our comrade and our general as the starting point to glue us as a nation. Because that's what he would want. Cut him down to rise up 1 billion of us. So don't get the game twisted, woman. If you think that you've done something, you haven't done anything but help to rise and establish Yisrael. Hallelujah.
Now, what was her connection? Because my understanding, he was in an altercation with another man on her, and then I heard you say something. I wanna was the school or the congregation in which he was at? Is they right next door to where all this took place? Because it seemed like, from just listening, it seemed like they had a that she would have more so better. She would have knew him better than just somebody that's randomly fighting in her store, whatever the case may be.
King, it was her husband that was fighting him. And after the husband lost the quarrel or whatever the situation may have been, him and the husband was talking. It had nothing to do with her. She rose up and murdered him after the situation took place. It was done. It was done. So that gave her enough time, okay? If that, all that said and done, that gave her enough time to deal with the situation that we're talking about. It gave her enough time to think about premeditatedly murder our brother or not. She had to think about what she did, and she did what she did. And because of that and what she did, okay, that what she did, meaning murdering our brother, now she has to deal with the penalty, because there's a difference from killing and murdering. There's a direct difference. Killing, it can be, let's say, for instance, if me and you, good brother, we have a quarrel. We fighting. And by accident, you hit your head. I didn't murder you. I killed you. It wasn't premeditated. It was an accident. Versus murder. Now, murder, you have to think beforehand how you going to plot and murder somebody. That's premeditated. And this is what she has done. She had more than enough time. I'm going to get this gun and I'm going to shoot him. Because after it was all over with, there was no need, there was no fear, there was nothing there. And she did that. So now she must pay with her life. Okay? North Carolina has the death penalty. North Carolina has the death penalty. If it was a so-called black man that killed a white woman, a so-called white woman, what you think would have happened to us? It would have been posted all throughout social media. And if that person had any kind of record, even if the person smoked weed and they found out, they would put it up there as a smear campaign to give a negative connotation about the person that they are passing judgment on before judgment is even rendered. But when it comes to her, it doesn't even give you the sexual orientation of the shooter. It doesn't give you the ethnicity of the shooter. It doesn't give you anything. But what it does is give us everything about them. It shows, okay, that these people, okay, have no problem with dealing with their own and protecting their own. And until Israel get into that mind state and understanding that if they can protect their own, we can protect our own. And if we can't get into that mind state of that, then we will have a problem as a nation. Hallelujah.
Just take a moment and just let that soak in. That's wild. So the competition was pretty much over.
Kane, I want to say something else real fast, and then you can go ahead. This right here should now cause the people to consider the importance of unification. This right here, like, the problem that we have is this. Because of the disassociation with Israel into splinter groups, it's causing other nations to deal with us the way they desire to deal with us. Now, the way they're dealing with us, they're dealing with us in a way that we're dogs, because in their minds, because in their eyes, and if you look at, I want to read something to you real fast. Let me read something to you about this woman. Okay? I'm going to show you how she feels about us and how so-called white America feels about us. Okay? Now, listen, and listen carefully as to what she's saying. Okay? Don't look at, she's just advertising, but listen to what she says. Now, this right here was Saturday at 9:31 a.m. Her private page that's not up there no more. Listen to what she says. Miss Shu, as most of you already know, there was an incident that occurred at the salon on Thursday. Early closed due to this. We are working hard to come up with a plan to take care of all of our amazing clients and their babies as soon as possible. Let's stop right there for a moment. So she's talking about they're coming up with plans, okay, to deal with this situation at hand, pertaining to her clients and their babies. Well, the babies that are being spoken about are fucking animals. Excuse me for my language. They're animals that she's talking about, okay? She as of yet hasn't spoken anything, okay? Let's continue on. She says, we will have a solid plan to move forward with by Monday. We realize it's very close to Christmas, but bear with us. We will definitely get everyone all taken care before the holiday. Please understand that we just need a little time, and thank you all so much for all the love and support during this time. Management. Then she puts the GoFundMe up there, which we got off, talking about we are trying to raise money to save a local business here at Concord. Now, you have to look at the psychology of how this stuff is worded, brother. To save, as if we are the potential danger to the community. You got to listen to how these Euro-Gentiles word their information with racial overtones. See, a lot of people, they read, but they don't read with historical comprehension to understand how Euro-Gentiles think. Okay, they have a mode of thinking as to how they deal with things. This is a fact. So now it goes on to say that they need these. Then she says, Sarah's pet spa is in need of funds to move to a new safe location. Well, let's stop there. That's actually to say, in her mind, the niggas is next door. We not safe. That's what she's saying. We're not going to sit up here and act like that's not what she's saying, because that's exactly what she's saying, okay? She's basically saying, as long as the niggas is there, we not safe. And I just had to kill it or murder a nigga. Well, she got killed in her mind. I had to kill a nigga and we not safe, okay? After an incident that occurred, this is what she's saying. After an incident that occurred on Thursday, November the 30th at the salon. So she's connecting the incident to her safety. Now, in our mind, we might say, damn, she might be meaning she ain't safe because the Israelites are going to come do this, do that. But that's not what she really means. What she really means is that they're not safe dealing with so-called Black America in general. The takeover. This is the fear. Even Dr. Frances Quest Wilson speaks about that heavily. He wrote, May She Rest in Completeness, in the book ISIS Papers. She revealed to us the psychology of how the so-called white man has this mind state of survival of the fittest / dealing with their survival as a species on this planet. This is why they got sperm banks and all these different programs to not only denationalize, but also to cut our lifelines short within our nation. There has always been a survival threat to them subconsciously. This is why everywhere they went, these Euro Gentiles had to conquer. They could never live amongst original indigenous or aboriginal populations. They had to first destroy them, then set up their own government to rule and control. Okay? They've never, ever in their history lived amongst other nations as a nation in peace. Never, unless they destroyed them people, and whoever was left, they enslaved them, set up their own government, and then if you want to call it freedom, because we're really talking about from private ownership to federal ownership, the illusion of freedom, now the quote-unquote dog has been trained. So now, roam freely. So as we're looking at all this, listen to what she says on this. Due to the circumstances and damages that occurred, the business is going to have to relocate or become a mobile service. She started it. She didn't have to come out and murder our brother. How she's trying to put it out there as if, it's our fault that she has to relocate and move. This is the projection and the portrayal of the deception that she's trying to put in the minds of the people that she is a victim. But Miss you are not a victim. You are a victimizer. You are a murderer. And I'm going to say it just like y'all want to put up, when you got, pedophiles, murderers that come out of jail, robbers, drug dealers, and y'all want to, keep the community safe. Well, we want to keep our nation safe. You are a murderer. And everybody needs to know that you murdered General Deshaun Tatum. You murdered him. You did not kill him. He did not. The altercation was not towards you, Miss You. The altercation was between two men that you had no business getting involved in. You should have kept your ass where you needed to be at. As a woman, you got into men affairs. And because of that, now our brother is dead. Because you couldn't handle the fact you took an L. So in that turn, you murdered our brother. Hallelujah. You there, good brother? I don't know if he stepped away. He may have stepped away for a minute, but I know he's still alive. So just telling the family and letting the family know that we're here to serve Yisrael. This is a real difficult time for me to deal with this situation right here for the unlawful murder of our brother. But as a spokesman for the family, I have to speak in all truth. Our brother was murdered, and I pray and hope that everybody will understand the dynamics of what is going on and continue to fight the fight. Hallelujah. Are you there, brother? Shalom, you there? Can you hear me? Again, giving all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, intelligent, powerful one of our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. This is the mighty Hebrew. There's some technical difficulties going on right now, but for the nation of Israel, just to let the family know that we're working hard and we're working strong. So as y'all can see, if y'all go on my Facebook page, it's also going to be on my public page, as well as the Mighty Hebrew Israelite Sovereign Nationalistic Research Team, and all over the memorial that's taking place. I'm going to read it to the family so the family will know, because I don't know what happened. Host, he's around. Sometimes, you know, these things happen, technical difficulties, but it's definitely going to be at the Metropolitan Funeral Home, 120 West Berkeley Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia, 2323. Okay, I think is that him. Let me see. Okay. Oh, what happened, good bro?
I'm back. I'm sorry, man. I had like a power
Oh
glitch or something.
man.
Everything just shut down over here.
Yo, look,
So I apologize to the family.
Yeah, Kane, people watching. I'm up here moving like I'm you. I had to keep it up. I had to go off. Then I seen people like, listen, we still here listening. Get back on there. So it's all good, bro. So yeah.
Yeah, I had a power failure, man. I apologize. It's you know, things happen, man. Everything just shut down. I had to reboot everything.
No problem. No problem. So yeah, like I said, we're definitely gonna get justice. because justice must be served. And I'm definitely, fighting the power 100%. Hallelujah.
So let's talk about the family. How is the family holding up through all this? How? Because I know you've been directly connected with them. How are they doing throughout the process? I know it's hurtful,
Oh man,
but just
oh man, it pains me just to even speak about that, because I have children myself. I have 4 children, then I have y'all children as well. So altogether, I got 4 biological children, and I also have 5 y'all children. So just as a father, I couldn't right now. I can't wrap my mind fully on it because it didn't happen to me. But the family, they're going through a lot, but they're holding on. They're holding on. They're trying to keep a positive spirit. They're trying to keep a positive spirit, but at the same time, they want justice. So they're really like low key right now, based upon this situation, and it's very understandable as to why they're being low key. But the family is holding on, and they're definitely keeping the name of their great family member alive. Hallelujah.
have there been any arrangement made for the any plans on how to proceed with the maybe the homegoing situation?
Oh, absolutely. Could you put the flyer up there so that people can see? There's going to be there's a flyer right there that was just put together by one of my wives, Queen Bathsheba, or Malakia Bathsheba, but not Sha'ala. She put this flyer together. Could you put it up there for the family so they can see, so the people will know? All Israel is welcome to
Hold
come.
on, give me a second. Let me get
Yeah,
everything loaded back up. Give me a sec.
absolutely. But yes, the funeral will be December 18th at Norfolk, Virginia. Um, I got in contact with the Hebrew Burial Society with Za'al Parah, so he will be having a Hebrew burial. He will be having a Hebrew nationalistic burial. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, our flag going to be on his where he's going to be laid to rest at. Oh, there it is, right there. There it is, right there. I see it blinking in and out. Okay. I see. Oh, okay. Are you there, good brother?
Yeah, I was trying to get
Oh,
it stopped from blinking.
there you go, right there. So as you can see, the funeral is going to be at the Metropolitan Funeral Home, 120 West Berkeley Avenue, Norfolk, Virginia, 2353. Excuse me, 23523. All of Israel is welcome to attend the homegoing service for our brother and comrade, December 18, 2007, viewing 1 p.m. service, 2 p.m. Our sponsors is down below: Yourself, the Most High, Children TV, Yahshua the Movement, the Mighty Hebrews, Tel Aviv, FOPE, Army of Israel, Global Media Inc., as well as the Sons of Man, which consists of Hellraiser, 60-Second Assassin, Killer Priest. So they're all, representing and sponsoring, our brother going away. So, this is definitely something that all are to attend if they can. It's going to be people flying all over from the country coming to the funeral. So it's already on social media and the word is spreading. Hallelujah.
All praises, all praises. Um, it saddens me. It's not really a lot I can say, man. I really want to go into like the unification of our people and how important it is, because You know, when these things strike, it lets us know how close it is, or how it can touch any of us, and the power of unification, so we can stand strong to bring forth justice, whether we unrightfully was taken away or whatever. That power of unification can step in. So I heard you talk about it a little bit, but I want to like elaborate a little bit more on the importance of Israel, no matter what camp coming together, no matter what our ideology take us, but us coming together so that we can be a united front to stand against those that hate us. So, you know, can you
Okay.
add on to that? Because
Absolutely. And we showed the importance of unification yesterday, and we showed that unification can work. When all Israel stepped in, I'm talking about Torah and Israelites, Messianic, all came together to shut this woman down. We did it right there on social media. We did it in front of everybody. You know, she took her GoFundMe page down, her personal page down. She had to revamp and reorganize her website based upon, you know, what we're bringing forth. Everywhere she puts up stuff, we shut it down. Okay, this is showing a form of unification. This is small. When I say small, I don't mean about the death of our brother, but small about shutting down her business. It wasn't about I believed in the Old Testament that shut her down, or a Messianic brother might believe in the Old Testament and the New Testament and shut it down. It wasn't about any of that. It was strictly about Israel unifying as a collective thought and came together to shut down anybody that nationally disrupts the peace and completeness amongst our nation. So it's very imperative and important for us to come together as a nation to deal with national issues. Because when you deal with national issues and you deal with things collectively, you will get national results. So right there, that alone shows that we have the power to rise as a nation at any given time. All we got to do is unify. Hallelujah.
all right. Now we know the family is hurting, and once again, our condolences goes out. We're all hurting in this situation. This is something that reached far, wide, near, and beyond. Um, it's powerful. Just to see like that small, what you say, what we call small, in the sense of us coming together on a collective view and just dealing with that one issue and the results that we can get. That's very powerful. So imagine if we came together on a greater front and dealt with issues and set aside the little small differences that we do have and actually dealt with things on a national level. That would be very powerful. Um, how or what words of encouragement would you have for those that knew the brother and are truly touched by the general's death? Like, what words of encouragement, or what would you say to those that actually got to experience the spirit or the power within our great brother general,
Can
within the general?
the words of encouragement that I will bring to the Yahshua the movement is we must now, you know, keep the general's name alive by, you know, I tell, you know, and I'm speaking, you know, as a Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalist. We must keep our commonalities as one. We must never forget what the general have brought forth to Yahshua the movement and Israel at large, is to understand that we do have a collective oneness as a family, as a nation, Yisrael. So I encourage my brothers and sisters from Yahshua the movement to keep General Sean Tatum's name alive and his vision that he wanted to see the unification of our people. and at the same time continue to bring forth what he desired, which is us to reconnect to our people and our creator, and to grow from the foundation where he left behind. You know, I'm not here to encourage anybody to change their understanding, but I ask the family to grow in their understanding as they continue to develop by way of Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism, Yahshua the movement. So, you know, my encouragement is to stay founded, to stay connected with the Creator and his people, and continue to live in truth by the way of Torah Constitution, and be living, breathing, flesh and blood examples into our nation, Yisrael, for righteousness' sake. Hallelujah.
All praises, all praises. I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer here. It's this right here. You know, you called me and you was like, "Hey, good brother, I need you to do something," and I jumped right on it because I love family, and that's one thing. You know, I want to give, no matter how small or how big the task may be, it's all significant and it's important. And as long as we're working in unity, a lot can be accomplished. Whether you got a small task, it could be just something as simple as fixing a plate. That could be something great for the nation. It could be something as big as taking on leadership roles and leading our people out of captivity. Every from the least to the small, it's all important. And I hope that we as a people, we really get that. I don't want to really go in too deep on that because I think we all understand that. I think our biggest issue is trying to find ways to unify, even though an ideas need different beliefs. But I really want to talk about that a little bit because when we dealing with situations like this is something, you know, a lot of, like, this is a brother that some didn't know that probably would have benefited from being amongst the general. They could have learned something from being amongst them, but sometimes ideology and things like that get in the way, and it causes you to miss out on something great, and then you don't understand how great or the wisdom that one brother or sister holds within themselves until they're gone or they have moved on and they're you know, now advising us from the great council. So I just want us to take all that into mind as we move forward and think. I know a lot of us are getting ready to deal with the Feast of Dedications and you know, and move on spiritually with the Most High. But we also got to move on spiritually and physically with each other. You know, we got to come into oneness with each other. That was the Father plan from the get-go, for us to be one body, one mind, one sound. You know, he wanted us to be one, living through the Torah, fulfilling his commandments. I say it that way. That way can't nobody get offended. You know, you can't get offended when you say, you know, he wants us to be as one Torah, doing his will and showing that we are a wise and great nation. So I wanna basically leave that thought on us because that's something that we need to think about. You know, we get a lot of knowledge. I don't know if the panel or the chat room heard the elder speak the other night about how we always are studying and we're learning about history and we're learning about all these different things, but we're not dealing with self. We're not dealing with the empowerment of self. We're not taking even the little small pieces of what we learn and applying them to everyday life. And we're wondering why things are looking the way they look, or why we're always in, I guess you say, controversy with each other, or we always in controversy with each other. I'm gonna make it sense, good bro.
Kane, you are.
I don't mean to go.
You definitely making sense, Kane. I'm listening to you.
right. And a lot of times it takes events like this for us to have these discussions. But that oneness with each other, that I'm gonna try to say it this way. When our ancestors was in the wilderness and they had to walk around for so long before they was even given the law. And then even after they was given the law, they had to walk around so long before they was able to go into the land because it was a cleaning process. And the reason why the process of us so long of walking around throughout the land and being wanderers was because we wouldn't just check ourselves. We wouldn't connect with ourselves and understand the power that was within us, even though we had witness. Like we talking about the ancestors that had witnessed the power of the Most High, and they still wouldn't correct themselves. So we live in a time now we can look back throughout the scriptures, the scrolls. We can look back and we can see their errors and where they went off, and we can correct it now. And as a nation, no matter our ideology, I think that should be like one of the least things that we should have been to learn. The faults, the things that got us into this situation. We shouldn't always attack each other. It's okay to disagree, but it's okay to disagree, but it's always good to love each other. It's always good to be there for each other. We supposed to come together, that nation that's undesired. We that nation that's undesired. So if we don't desire to love each other, who else gonna love us? And that comes on the heels of losing, or I ain't gonna say losing. It's to us it's a loss because we can't experience his wealth, his knowledge at this point in time. But we know he's in the presence of the Father. But it comes on topics like this where we have to go into a mourning period to put things into perspective and to understand that we ourselves don't have long, or don't have as much time as we think we have in order to put things into perspective. So basically what I'm saying is, Israel, Kwame Yisrael, it's time to rise up. It's time to come together. It's time to set aside our difference. It's time to stop hating on one another, and it's time to put things in perspective, get back to the Torah, and show the world this righteous and powerful nation that we are, so that when we do have fallen soldiers that goes in this way, we don't have to go asking or seeking for justice. We can bring justice ourselves.
Okay.
And you want to add on to that, you can.
I mean, you just broke it. You broke it all down in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying this, and I've been saying this for years, dealing with Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism. The only way, and when you study history, nations came into being by they took their freedom. And the logic, and what's happening, Silicon. Because of our enslavement as a nation of people, okay, we sometimes cross over Christian overtones when it comes to our freedom struggle. But now, the more and more we continue to get caught into Hebrew thought and Hebrew Eastern thought, the more and more we'll understand that there has to be a collective reality to manifest freedom. So everything you said, brother, is right and exact. See, the reality is Israel is holding up their own. They're continuing to keep their captivity in place. Okay, and this is one of the things I was talking to the general. We brought ourselves in captivity by measure. We were given the law, statutes, and commandments outlined in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, as well as Leviticus 26th chapter, and even other pronunciations all throughout the Tanakh. We were given, and forewarned continuously. And as we continuously were being forewarned, we were continuously, by measure, falling further away from the Creator. So we brought ourselves in captivity. So now we must bring ourselves from out of this captivity and measure. So this is one of the things that we teach at the Mighty Hebrew University. When we understand how prophecy moves by the Spirit, okay, behind the historical events and occurrences, then we will understand how to come from out of this captivity. And the reason why most of us don't know this understanding, because they don't know how to get out of captivity. If they did, they would have came out of this captivity. Much respect to the late Adonenu Rabbeinu Ben Ami Ben Yisrael, was one that spearheaded and understood how to come from out of this captivity, and he came from out of this captivity. So you're absolutely right, brother. You know, you're on the money, and it's time now to start the process of leaving this land. Again, I give all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, intelligent, powerful, one of our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Yahchai, and even General Deshar Chai. May his name live. May he live. Because they got their heroes and their sheroes. They keep their names alive. We are to keep our brothers and sisters alive that brought forth a vision. Yahshua the movement is a vision that came from two brothers, General Deshaun and now General Change. They grew up together. And I want to give props to the new leader of Yahshua the movement, General Change. Like, he's doing a tremendous work right now. And I want to commend him. You know, he's taking hundreds and hundreds of calls, and I want to speak on his behalf right now. If anybody is frustrated because General Chains hasn't, reached back to you, please forgive, because the man is taking hundreds of calls a day, and he hasn't had any sleep in days. So please, family, work with General Change. He will reach out. Elder Zaquin Dimitri, if he hasn't responded to you, he will reach out. These brothers are working quadruple overtime, okay? So please have empathy and sympathy and understand that the brothers will get back to you. Hallelujah.
And we gotta be patient with each other. That's a very key thing. I say it this way: when I came into the knowledge of who I am, and I was reaching out, I wanted to talk to everybody. I wanted answers, and I wanted them fast. But the reality of it is, I wasn't the only one that woke up that day, or during that time period. And a lot of people had the same questions, or brothers and sisters had the same questions that I had, and they was all putting in emails. And so you got to be patient with whatever group, whatever affiliate, whoever you're affiliated with. You got to be patient in this walk, because our camps, our generals, our captains, our rabbis, or whatever, our elders, whatever you calling them, they're busy, and they all are working for the betterment of us as a people. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters across the globe putting in that work. We know it's hard. We just want the ones that are asking questions to be patient. I get a lot of emails, and I'm not even really out here teaching, but I get a lot of emails and questions and stuff like that. You might not see it from a social media standpoint, but people got questions and they want answers to them, and I can't really get to all of them in a timely fashion sometimes, especially dealing with family or whatever the case may be. Then you're dealing with the brothers and sisters. You're dealing with the spirit of the Most High and moving the way He wants you to move, and it's a lot. It's just waking up and knowing you Israel. That's the beginning process. Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, that's a whole other task within itself. With your brothers and sisters and trying to deal with them in righteousness, that's when the laws and statutes and commandments really come in hand, because you got to apply all of that into dealing with each other. It's not like when we was in the world, We could just run out and say anything and do anything and just tell somebody something off of how we feel. Now we have to go in there and get the scriptures because we understand who we are, and we have to line up with the scriptures. And it's a little bit harder. A little bit it's a little more timely. It's a little more timely process in dealing with each other. Right now, in all respect to the general, we are dealing with a time of mourning, and so a lot of things are being pushed back, and people, brothers and sisters are just trying to deal with this on their own accord in their own way. Like the good brother said, we supposed to have another show tonight, but we didn't even do that show. We dealing with this because this is what we need to be talking about. So the shows that we do have, they will be coming. We haven't forgot about them. We're just pushing them back. So that's another thing you got to be patient with. The key thing, and what I keep saying over and over again, is being patient with one another, being righteous with one another, and not expecting immediate answers to a situation that's thousands of years brewing. It takes time and process. And I always tell the people that I deal with, that I teach, that I work with, the same mess that got us into this is what gets us out of this. And not saying we got to do the same thing, but what I'm saying is by disobeying the law, that's what got us into this mess. So we got to go back and keep the law. And then the tactics and the things that they use to keep us in sin, we have to go back and revamp, revisit.
Not to cut your wisdom. We're about to have the leader from FOPE come on. He'll be on in a few minutes with us. I just send him the link.
Okay, Are you about to bring him on?
Yes, he's coming on now. He's on his way now.
All right, because I sent the link to. Yeah, I want some other brothers to come in and speak.
Okay.
But I'm just building, man. I'm just trying to let our people know, because this is the best time to really talk. So I'm just saying, like, that wisdom that we have inside, it takes time to mature. You have to season it. It's like a well-cooked meal. If you cook it right, you prepare it right, it tastes right. If you hurry up and do it and you don't put love in it, you don't put the right seasoning on it. And we, I don't mean to laugh, but the Mighty Hebrew, he was doing a live show the other day, and he was talking about, do men cook better than women? And I would have to say the men, hand down, we go hard. We go hard. But you starting some more trouble. Are you ready to go there? Because yes, I acknowledge the same thing, but I ain't gonna be too loud about that. Yeah, my Isha, she'll tell you, she at some point, she'll tell me. Now it's certain food that I will bow down and bow out and say, yes, she got me on. But overall, yeah, I had to say daddy's home. Daddy put it down. Because that's just what it is. And I think we and it's not a battle against men versus women. It's just that it's an order to how we do things. Why wouldn't the kings be good to teach the princesses? And why wouldn't the princesses be good to teach the up and coming kings? So it's one of those things we got to know that it's that ancestral wisdom that's being passed down. I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I'm trying to bring it all back home by saying that we as Israel must stand together no matter what. We must come together no matter what, and must be patient with each other no matter what. We must learn to love each other no matter what. And we have to put the laws, them laws are life. We have to put them before us no matter what. And that's the key. I got it in different songs that I wrote. I always speak about how the law is the key. It's the key to eternal life. It's the everlasting wisdom. It's the foundation in which life was built on. And because we strayed away from that, we sometimes lose our way, and we get confused and trapped in this wicked world. It was given over into the hands of the wicked. I'm just building and talking. I'm not very, 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 very good with words per se. I'm getting new to the speaking thing, but I'm getting it. But it's so much. We have our children being abused. We have our elders being abused. We have our women being neglected. We have a lot of things going on that we need to deal with. Shalom, shalom. But as a family, that's something that we're supposed to deal with. And it's just time for us to come together. I'm a yield and let the brother come in. I was just rambling a little bit because I wanted to get little things out and speak to my people.
Can we got Mahalakah. He's leader of Army of Israel. He's on. We're waiting now for Elder Quenah from FOPE. He's coming on as well. So I'm glad you came on. What's going on, good bro?
Hey, shalom, brother. All
Absolutely.
good. I mean,
Absolutely.
not all good, but you know what I'm saying? You know, situation that's going down, but you know, most are blessed. I'm here.
Kane, we basically we're live and direct on YouTube. Everybody can see you, good bro. So basically,
everybody can see me.
Absolutely.
Come, we see Yoda getting the head wrapped right. We see.
All right.
Absolutely.
I think I'm on the low. I thought I was on the low.
So what we brought you on, what we brought you on, Lion, is you know, we wanted your input on the information that you heard about the vicious, wicked murder that took place of our brother General Deshaun Tatum. We wanted the Army of Israel because the Army of Israel is a sponsor of you know, this up and coming funeral that's taking place, and they've been behind the scenes, you know, doing their own investigation, and we've been keeping in contact with one to another, dealing with this subject matter. So I'm gonna hand the microphone over to my brother, the leader of the Army of Israel, and he's going to bring forth where he see that's going on and what needs to be done. Hallelujah.
Well, shalom, all praise and glory to the Most High. Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, man. I mean, just a few days ago, man. You sent me the inbox with the picture. You know what I'm saying? I was a little confused at first. I was like, I saw the dates there, and I was like, what's those dates? You know what I'm saying? Then I put it together like, nah. Hold up. That's why I hit you up and like, yo, are you serious, brother, man? You know what I'm saying? And the brother was so, you know, distraught about it, man. You just, you know, overwhelmed, man. He said, listen, I'm gonna have to hit you back on that, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it is. This is what happened. So, you know, I looked up the information and stuff like that, and I started seeing everybody post, you know, I started seeing the post on Facebook because I met the brother, and the funny thing, the brother, I wasn't even friends with the brother, so, you know what I'm saying? But I met the brother at the No Division 2 concert that they had in what's that, July 3rd, I think it was, in Kansas City, Missouri. You know, him and his family was out there doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, the brother was real cool, man. You know what I'm saying? We was in the back in the dressing room, chilling, taking pictures, getting a little sip on, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. And the brother was a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the streets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And no silver spoon. So, you know, we related and clicked and took a couple flicks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was supposed to connect with the brother in North Carolina because I was like an hour away from Charlotte. I know he was up in Charlotte, I believe, for a minute. And I was in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So I was supposed to link up with him, but, you know, things was going on with me. So I'm kind of upset about it now. I'm disappointed I didn't get a chance to link with the brother, man. But it's crazy, man, that, you know what I'm saying, something like that can happen, you know, and especially happen by a damn heathen, man. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck on my perspective, man. And you know, that's why the Most High said, come out of her, man. We don't supposed to be dealing with these heathens, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing that our people pray on each other, you know, to base off the curses that's outlined in Deuteronomy 28, man. Killings of our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Well, they out the truth, in the truth. Well, out the truth, you know they just slaying us. But now they starting to slay us in the truth. You see what I'm saying? The Most High let you know, man, you know what I'm saying, that these people are our enemies, man. He say we should go in ships and be sold to our enemies, not our friends, man. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna never make them your friends, because the Most High said they're your enemies. So how you gonna make them your friends? You know what I'm saying? You can't be a friend of the Most High's enemy. He tell you in Psalms the 83rd chapter that these nations are our enemies, man, and they hate him. You know what I'm saying? So we want to move in the right spirit. We got to hate those and hate that which the Most High hate. He said, hate the evil, love the good. You know what I'm saying? The good is Yasha'Allah. We was made to be good. We the righteous nation. Tell you that in Isaiah 60. You see what I'm saying? These other nations, especially Esau, the so-called European white man, whatever you want to call him, the so-called white man, is the evil. You understand that? And he shows that every single day. You know what I mean? So now, you know, brother, a lot of people esteem in Yasha'Allah, you know what I'm saying, is now, you know, in the fourth dimension, man, off the planet Earth, because some damn devil, man, want to take this man's life in cold blood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Straight shoot the man in his face, man. Like, that's wicked, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, for what? You know what I mean? Like, for what? Only thing I can say, go in the scriptures and see that the Most High is trying to show us, man, these people are enemies, man. Like the brother, you know what I'm saying, the prince was bringing out earlier. I watched the whole video just now when you was going in, that, you know, Yasha'Allah need to come together, man. You know what I'm saying? All Yasha'Allah, the assembly camps, the assemblies, the camps, you know what I'm saying, the brothers and sisters, you know, Old Testament. We all saying the Most High at the end of the day. We all saying Yahweh, right? We all claiming the Father. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We all claiming Yasha'Allah. We all represent the Lord's statute commandments. You know what I'm saying? And when our enemies come against us, he don't give a damn if you're an assembly Israelite, camp Israelite, Old Testament Israelite, that Israelite, this Israelite, Negro, Baptist, Christian, whatever the case you want to call yourself. They know that we Israel. They know who we are. We the sons of the Most High. We the daughters of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So when they come, you ain't gonna be able to separate yourself, man. Straight up and down, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High say gonna start with our house first. So I mean, this is a tragedy. Of course it is. You know what I'm saying? The brother had, you know, 9 children. You know what I'm saying? The brother had 3 wives. He had a family. He had brothers and sisters that was following him. The man did great music, him and his family and everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's a big loss. You know what I'm saying? And his family. Just imagine, man. People don't even think about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about others. They don't think about themselves. But think about you, man. You see what I'm saying? Something happened to you right now. How many children you have? How many loved ones that's going to miss you? You see what I'm saying? Who going to stand up for you? You know what I'm saying? Scripture says, who should stand for me against the evildoer? So which one of us going to stand up against the evildoer? Who going to stand up against this European man, this European system? Our enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? We already know the scriptures tell you in Zechariah, what's that, 11, I believe it is, about we not going to get no justice. You see what I'm saying? So we already know scriptures is outlined that this white man is the damn devil. You know what I'm saying? And he's not about giving us any justice. You see what I'm saying? So not saying that we're not going to get justice, because if we stand in unity, you know what I'm saying? This is a Israelite, man, in the truth of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole nother ball game right now. You feel me? So now we're gonna cry out to the Most High as a nation, you know what I'm saying, as leaders, as brothers, as sisters, to speak up and to stand up against what happened to this family, man. You see what I'm saying? What happened to this brother, man, the General Sean Tatum, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me and that brother, I'm a few years older than him. I was born in 72, man. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we the old heads, we in the 40 club, whatever the case is, man. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
You know, it's messed up, man. You know what I'm saying? The man was hitting his elders years, man, 50. You see what I'm saying? And you know, the brother not here to see his babies raised, man. 9 children, man. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. I got 7 myself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just crazy, man. I pray that, you know, that the people see this and the brothers stand firm and stand up, man. We got the Hebrew Israelite Summit that the brothers attend. You know what I'm saying? You got the Maccabee Alliance Council. You know what I'm saying? I was putting together ANC Brunity. You see what I'm saying? And linking up with Assembly Israelites. That's what I've been doing for the last year. linking up with nothing but assembly Israelites and things of that nature, man. So, you know, it's really time for us to really stand firm on this issue right here, man, and show that we can unite and come together as one nation, man, like the brother was bringing out in the powerful lesson earlier concerning, you know, setting the record straight about what happened to the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this damn devil can't get away with this, man. She can't get away with it. The system can't get away with it, man. And brothers need to stand firm, man. You got the brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna help lead this charge, man. You know what I'm saying? And all whatever's in my power, you know what I'm saying, I'll put my brick, you know what I'm saying, to the plow, man. I put my hands to the plow and, you know, do whatever I can, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether I do video editing, whatever the case is, man. You see what I'm saying? Get up out there. Of course, I want to get out there. You know what I'm saying? I just finished driving all the way across the country, man. You know what I'm saying? And back to California, back. So, you know, it's kind of crazy right now. But you know what I'm saying? Definitely I'm riding with this, man. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say to the family, if they listening to this, man, most I bless y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for your loss, for your the head of your household, your husband, your father, your Abba, your friend, you know what I'm saying, and your brother. You know, it's just rough, man, and I wouldn't wish nothing like that on no brother in Yasha, man, you know what I'm saying? So you know, the Most High allowed things to happen, you know what I'm saying? And let's just pray that the Most High has a strong rebuttal for allowing this thing to go down, man, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know what else to say, brother, man, you know what I'm saying? They did not putting that much information about it like you was bringing out in the video. You know what I'm saying? They're shortcutting everything, they're editing everything, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, we all say the same thing. When a Negro do something, you know damn well you still stole a bag of chips, you going to jail. I don't see how you can shoplift and go to jail and somebody can just blast you away and they sitting around chilling. You know what I'm saying? That shows you
chips in the store. Shalaka, chips in the store. Ain't gotta get them out the store. You going to jail.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And this person could take somebody's life. It don't go downtown. Don't get locked up. Nothing at all. This is all good. And you people think that these people care about you, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, all these, and I'm gonna say it, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna stand firm. You know, I came out of One West. You see the shirt. You see what I'm saying? I didn't put that on for this, but you know what I'm saying? We those rebels, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not loving these heathens. They are enemies, man. You know what I'm saying? We waiting for you know, so we want to take this kingdom and put them in a rightful place, man, as being damn servants, man, and slaves, man. You see what I'm saying? They have to pay for the bloodshed of our people, man. And there's nothing else I can say about that, man. There's no love in them, man. Get out that love spirit, man. We supposed to love our nation. We ain't got to walk out here like lunatics and crazy and cursing people out on our daily walk. You see what I'm saying? But we can never trust our enemies. That's what the scriptures say, man. We can never trust them, man. So y'all want to be on that Rainbow Coalition, man. Y'all need to rethink that, man. Get in those scriptures, man. And we need to come together, man. Get prepared. Because when it really get thick out here, what you gonna do? You see what I'm saying? I say it, man. Let's get the war down, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when we're gonna really feel alive. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna die anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? So let's stand for something, man. Don't leave the planet Earth unless you stood for something. The brother did stood for something, and you know, I was able to take a look at some of his videos. I even knew the brother was really banging on the polygamy like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a feeling because I saw a few sisters with him. You know what I'm saying? He stood for that, and you know, I stand for that all day, man. That's family, and that's nation building, man. So all praise for the brother for soldiering out and standing on core principles of family. You know what I'm saying? The nation of Israel and everything else that the brother been doing in his walk and been around for what, 18 years. You see what I'm saying? So all praise and glory to the brother, man. Most High bless. And we pray that we see the brother in the kingdom, man, with a crown upon his head, man.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All praise.
Yeah.
I just want to add one thing because
I just wanted to say something. Good, bro. It's a couple more people that want to come on. You got, but
bring them on.
You might got to send. I'm sending them the link that you sent me, but they're having problems with the link, so I don't know. One brother, Mashad Yahawada, the rap artist, he's trying to come on now.
Can you just invite him? Can you just invite him from the actual group? Like go with a little man at the top of the page and with a mute button at, and try to just invite them right in.
So when I go into the Google Hangout, is that what you're saying?
When you click on the invite button, it'll give you where you can just add their email address and just send them an invite.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see the invite. Okay, I see the invitation where it says invitations, correct?
Yeah, try that. Try
that.
If that don't work, because I don't know the brothers think you're trying to get it out too. But what I want to add though to what the Army of Israel was just bringing out, because a lot of times I hear it and they say, "Well, boy, y'all sound racist. Y'all talking about the white man." You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk. What? Hey, I want to make it very clear. We talking about all nations,
right?
Most of our atrocities happen through the white man.
But you know, I want to say something to that real quick. A lot of people try to come at us when we talk about how the so-called white man is the devil. We must understand the psychology of Yisrael scattered all over the four corners of the earth. So in that retrospect, wherever Israel is being oppressed, they are the devil that is in their midst. Like, for instance, you got Israelites that live in China. Red China or the Chinese government were major devils and enemies to those that live amongst the Ainu in the southern mountains of China. And they helped to destroy them people, and they looked at them as the devil. If you talk about us being in captivity amongst some different Hamitic African tribes, they were considered the devil. But when you look at this beast that we're dealing with today, the Euro Gentile, today, he is not like no other nation that ever has dwelt on this planet Earth. We cannot deny the fact that everywhere them as dwellers dwelt on this earth, they always had to conquer before they can dwell by conquest. They never had any form of covenant or peace treaty and righteousness with any nation on this planet. So in that understanding, we understand the nature of what we're dealing with. And I've been saying this. We are not dealing with real human beings on that level. Okay? And if we think that we're dealing with flesh and blood on that level, no, we're dealing with another entity. This is why when they speak about Esau, I'm looking at the archaic symbol within the womb. This is two nations battling. So if it's two nations, then there's two thoughts and two different spiritual energies that's fighting within the womb. And in that retrospect, it was already in existence that the manifestation of this evil would play out through that divine manifestation that was given into our forefather. This will happen when Isaac will bring forth Esau and Jacob. Period. So there's no way we can trust these people on that level. So by way of Hebrew Israelite sovereign nationalism, all camps can be consolidated as one on national issues by way of an international Hebrew Israelite Sanhedrin. When we look at the death of this man, what we're doing right now is going to lower court. Why? Because Israel is not consolidated as a nation where we can go straight to what is known as the International Court of Justice in the Netherlands by the way of world court. Because a crime against the human family of nations have taken place. Nations only deal with nations. They do not deal with splinter groups. They do not deal with any of that. But we can be splintered, but collective at the same. We can be splintered, but collective at the same time. This is why I respect Army of Israel, because from the rip, it wasn't even about this, that. It was about, yo, who murdered my brother? From the rip, it wasn't about none of that. And this is why I keep saying, they don't give a fuck, excuse me for my language, if I'm Torah centered, he messianic, man, mix that. We Yasha Allah, we Yisrael. They're going to stomp our brains in. They murdered our brother in cold blood. So now we got to go to lower court. Then I'm going to tell the family, listen, now we're going to take it to a federal level because it was a hate crime. Then from there, we take it to the highest court on the planet. Now, I don't teach Israelites versus Israelites go to their courts. No, that's rat shit. Us as Israelites, we deal with our own affairs. We don't go to their courts. We deal with our own court systems within the camps that we in. But when it comes to the other nations, we can use anything by any means to destroy them when they are against us in wickedness. And this situation was purely wicked. The fight was over. That woman rose up on the counter, pointed a gun at our brother and said, you know what I can do with this, and shot him in his face. This is premeditated murder. So
right.
I'm not fucking around, period. And there's been a lot of games in Yisrael. All this going back and forth, no, we at war. The brother just said, how we going to think these people are our friends? They are enemies. When we look at the prophecy, it clearly say that we would go into the land of our enemy, that the enemies were, that's all throughout Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Leviticus 26,
right,
all throughout the prognostications of the prophets. How can we ignore that? They are the enemy, period.
Fathers of the
right.
This is the problem. I don't care what my brother's difference is, as long as he's not deviating in some type of perverted way. You worrying about how many wives a man got. That's that man's business. We better be worrying about these peckerwoods trying to destroy us. We at war, for real. But we must stay also in honor. We're reacting based on things that is happening to us. And at the same time, there's a brewing of this sovereign nationalistic behavior within the children of Yisrael. They cannot hold us down any longer. We already in the land. We in Israel. We got land in South America. We all over the world. Israel is all over the world. All over the world. There's no way they can stop this. This is why I say, when you look at this brother and myself and others, they don't have no problem with putting us to death. And death is not what I'm worrying about. What I'm worrying about is you're going to keep the memory alive, what we put in that work, so this can continue. It has never been about self-glorification. It's only been about the glorification of the creator of heaven and earth, Yahovah. So everything the brother is saying is correct. We moving into eldership. I'm in my 40s. He in his 40s. We're about to reach 50. We're going to be elders. And they know to cut off a nation is to cut off the elders. This is why when you read in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7 and 8, it tells you to go to the elders, go to those, speak to your Abi, it tells you, go to those before you. Talking about the ancient days. So we know.
As a matter of fact.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praise and glory, man. And I gotta say one thing right quick.
Okay.
Show you that this that we know our laws, right? That we know that the scripture says in Leviticus 24:22, it says, "Ye shall have one man of law as well as for the stranger, and as for one of your own country, I am the Most High your power." Right? So in our society, you know what I'm saying, we had laws governing us as a nation. You know what I'm saying? So you have this country, America, says, "In God we trust." What God are they talking about? They're talking about the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's the Bible, the King James that they uphold in this country. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a facade or whatever, but they already made oaths and said, "In God we trust." And in that power, it was the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So now they already made an oath to uphold these laws. You see what I'm saying? Whether they want to claim, well, they are claiming us because we consider it supposed to be United States citizens, right? So, you know what I mean? Well, in our law and in their law, because they took our law and attached it to themselves, right? And the scripture says, in Numbers 35, it says, if he hit him with an instrument of iron so that he died, this is number 35:16, that he died, he is a murderer, and the murderer should surely be put to death. You see what I'm saying? So she pulled out the iron, she pulled out the steel. You see what I'm saying? And 31 said, "Moreover, you should not take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall surely, or she shall surely be put to death." You see what I'm saying? So we definitely need to let this wicked, perverted damn country know and acknowledge that did not y'all pass laws that says that the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the one God. This is the one power, the power that helped establish this great country, America. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what we stand on. This is our Constitution, and they took our Constitution and perpetrated a fraud like they with it. You see what I'm saying? But when they take our people, when they take our people out, they don't go back to that record. They don't go to the records that they so-called claim that helped build this society or helped build this country. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna put these people on record, man. You see what I'm saying? You claim to stood upon this and the whole nine. You built your laws in this society based off this foundation. You see what I'm saying? So what you gonna do? You know what I mean? What you gonna do? You know what I mean? There's no. Do you think they?
Yeah, brother. Do you think they was following that God? Do you think they was following the true God of Abraham? Or because I hear what you're saying, because we.
Again, whether it's a facade or not,
I hear what you.
They perpetrated the fraud. They perpetrated the fraud with the book, with the Bible. You see what I'm saying? We already know the scripture said. You know what I'm saying? The scripture already said. You know what I'm saying? That they'd take our words. It said they would take our words and cast it behind them. That they not innocent for that. They still not innocent. They took our words. They took our laws. You know what I'm saying? They made a covenant regardless of the fact. You see what I'm saying? So they still, that's why they're going to be judged. See, the nation's going to be judged for them taking a hold of our records and claiming that they're going to follow our records. Because Psalms 147, 19, 20, he said he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his commandments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for their judgments, they have not known them. The nations could not know our judgment because they wasn't given our law. It wasn't given to them. But when they took the law, under those of the brothers that teach grafted in and this, that, and the third, they had an opportunity to follow righteousness of the Most High. Said, "Test not my anointed, do my service no harm." You see what I'm saying? You got to stay away from idolatry, all these different things, blood, all these different things. You know what I'm saying? However schools of thoughts want to put it together, we already know that the so-called European have established his Christianity, his religion based off our records, off our book, and spend it. So he is guilty as charged. All the nations are guilty as charged. It's written in the book of 2nd Maccabees, the 6th chapter. You see what I'm saying? That he allowing these heathens go to the height. Yeah.
I find it funny because I talk about this all the time. I go back to when they actually opened our books up and saw them laws, man. I was like, I bet they was read this book. Because it tells them what they can and cannot do. And they was like, oh, hell.
But even when
read the wrong book.
But even what he's saying about the law of the stranger, we've been under this projection of proselytizing, which that wasn't the case of the law of the stranger when we understand sovereign nationalism. Just as if one would want to go to China to become a Chinese citizen, you're not just going to go to China and say, shit, I'm a Chinese citizen. There's going to be a process of naturalization that takes place. You don't just go to a country and amongst people, okay, we got Hellraiser from Wu-Tang Clan with us. I just brought him, man. He with us. What's going on? Heaven Razor?
Shalom to the family. Shalom, King. What's good, man?
Ain't nothing,
Shalom,
y'all.
shalom.
Their righteousness. We got Hellraiser from Wu-Tang Clan on. We got myself, Mighty Hebrew. You know, we got Holocaust from Army of Israel. We here on the Most High Children TV talking about the death and vicious murder, you know, of our comrade, you know, General Deshaun Tatum, you know. So right now, we was just dealing with what it said in the scripture about the stranger. We had a process of Yisrael as a form of naturalization as well. You just can't come in and be grafted in and all this crap into the fold. No. When we set up government in order and we under supreme sovereign power, which the Vatican City got them concepts from us anyway. When we under the supreme sovereign power of Abraham Yitzchak and Yaakov or Yaakov, then from there we can manifest, you know, executive orders by way of governmental power. So now you want to be amongst Israel. So now you have to go through a state of naturalization if you're from another nation.
Right.
You don't just come graft with us. How you going to graft with us? We in captivity. Remember, the strangers that live amongst us, meaning under our government.
Right.
The government, because remember, the so-called stranger can't do everything that Israel can do. Remember, with strangers, we can impose interest on a stranger.
Right.
We can't do that with Yisrael.
They can't keep the tabernacles with us.
Right. They can't keep certain festivals and shit with us. That's the truth.
We gave them the meat that died of itself.
Kang or Khan, however one want to pronounce it, because us Hebrews right here, you know, all of us here, we old here, so we know how to speak the modern, Sephardic, Ivrit, or Lashon Kodash. So either or, we got a collective unit. And like the brother was saying, it's still in my head, the brother from Army of Israel, he was like, yo, man, shit. The reality is, basically what he's saying, we got to take our freedom. We can't continue to talk and say we're a nation, but we moving as religious splinters. We can't do that. We have to move on the collective mind state, meaning we respect our differences. But if any nation try to come up against us, we family. At the end of the day, me and Hellraiser can have a quarrel, but let an outsider come through. We gonna both smash them together. I'm just using that to paint a picture that Israel must now come together as a nation and say, you know what? Consolidation brings forth power. That's what makes you a 5/5 component with a mind, soul, and body, nationality, and divine constitution, Torah. Now you can build. Now you can manifest governmental power, become a government in exile, and by the way of creating an international court that oversees all the camps, even though each camp have its own court. This is how we control our element. There won't be no, Trayvon Martins or Eric Gardners or no Michael Browns. And now the general, no, we're not going to let that, how that happened to him, we're not going to let that happen to him. It's time now for judgment. We're going to go through the order of their own governmental structure. We're going to go through a chain of command of events. Because everything is building upon proper status and subject matter jurisdiction. So once you reach to the level of world court now, we're talking about a tribal national that was murdered. And they in want of jurisdiction from the rip anyway. So once we consolidate as a nation, we can manifest levels like this. We can manifest levels and in turn create treaties of exchange of men so they can taste the judgment of our government. You won't just be able to be from another.
Now I got a question for you, Mike. Brother. When you say create treaties, like what treaty are we gonna create with them?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking generally. I'm saying when we have the power, I'm talking about any nation. There's no treaty with the Euro Gentile. So we got to make that clear. Because the scriptures say they're going to be destroyed. When you read the scripture and you understand even historically, you can see their decline as a species on this planet. You can see it now. This is why psychologically, the whole thing was survival of the fittest. This Dracu mentality. You see, this Draculian mentality that they've been manifesting on this planet, being the beast of the field.
Hold on, not to cut you, bro, but do Hellraiser want to say something? I want to make sure he's still with us.
I mean, I just don't, want to jump in like that. But what was just hitting me?
Yeah, I just want to finish my.
What was just hitting me was that.
But go ahead. No,
you know how they say injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we got to be aware of this.
Gone.
Absolutely.
Because this is an example of just the beginning, a tip of the iceberg about what's about to go down, start going down. And if nobody stands for nothing, you're going to fall for everything.
Okay. Absolutely, Lord.
And we got to keep in mind how every time something happened to Israel was when we was divided.
Dang. Ooh. Home hitter.
Every time from Egypt, when we came out of Egypt, going into Babylon again. When we start together, we took over Egypt, and what it was, 30 or 70. I think it was 30 of us. And we came out and overflooded the whole thing.
Are you talking about the 70 souls?
Yeah, I think we went in 70 deep and came out.
Yeah, we went in 70. We went in 70 deep.
Yeah, 70. It was 70. Okay.
And we came out and took over the whole thing after that. And see, that shows when we stick together, what happens. And that's a very important power for us.
Right. And see, let me say this, man. The thing is, I came from one West, man. You know what I'm saying? The brothers came from where they came from, and I know all about my, where I came from. You know what I'm saying? And we had one school. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it was us. You know what I mean? And you didn't have all these splinter groups and people think they can run over here, run over there. You had the Old Testament brothers that was in Brooklyn. They stood collectively together over there. You know what I'm saying? We know that there's a lot of Old Testament brothers came out of Chicago. A lot of Messianics came out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But when this YouTube thing started, man, for real, really spread. I mean, it's good. It's a blessing and it's a curse. At the same time, you got people that just troll the internet. They see some power up there through the word, through the spirit the Most High gave men, and they want to emulate that. A lot of people not sincere, and then you got people want to set up their own thing, or you got brothers that have long-term relationships. And they have falling out with each other, and they don't want to come to deal with each other no more. You know what I'm saying? Based off that past relationship. So that's a lot that's going down. Then you got, of course, we're gonna put the agents in there. We're gonna put the FBI, the CIA. We're gonna put all COINTEL. We're gonna put all those people that's perpetrating a fraud like they Israelites. You see what I'm saying? And getting the Israelite name and fraudulent Hebrew pages on Facebook and bringing forth doctrines and division. I'm not just going to put that on Israel, because that'd be stupid for me not to think that, you know what I'm saying, our enemies have not infiltrated, you know what I'm saying, in these different organizations and in Yasha Allah. That'd be stupid for me to even believe that. When we the most, you know what I'm saying, blacklisted movement in this whole country, on this planet. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? So they don't want this word to really go out. But you know what I'm saying, the Most High is so wicked with, righteous with it. You know what I'm saying, that he made that world wide web, that information highway, so this word could go across the globe, and they can't stop it. You see what I'm saying? They can't stop it. So the only way they can stop it is to cause division. That's the only way they can stop anything, is cause division. Scripture says a kingdom that's divided cannot stand. You see what I'm saying? And if we start realizing that and say, okay, Most High says, Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together. Right? And Isaiah 57, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 57 or 52. The Most High says that we shall see eye to eye in the kingdom with him. Right? So we understand that it should be no big issue, especially coming together for something like this. And one thing that I want to throw out there too, we always talking about we keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. But why are we not keeping the commandment when the Most High said we need to gather for Passover, we need to gather for first fruits, and we need to gather for tabernacle? He said, every man of Yasha Allah. That's the beginning of us gathering together. And with this thing that this happened down with the brother, man, you know what I'm saying? Of course, this is the leeway into that, man. But brothers, you know, I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, somebody that deal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got no problem with fellowship with nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's how I deal. I'm a judge of man how we deal with each other. Yeah.
Powerful, brother.
Somebody's sleeping. Somebody don't.
About us coming together, right?
Yeah.
Somebody doze off on us. But you said something powerful about it, especially on those 3 holy days that we know he's supposed to come together. Now, my question would be, because it was part of one of our topics tonight, because of the division, everybody celebrates it on different days. Me, myself, personally, I'm with GOCC. And so we're doing our Feast of Dedication this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to, a big dinner tomorrow per se, because I had to wait to get my finances right. But this is our week, it's an 8-day festival. We're doing it this week. So how do we come together on those that we're supposed to come together? And we look at them. Everybody calculates them or come about their holy days differently. That'd be like one of the main topics on that one.
I believe I really believe it's simple, man. I believe we got to go back to the elders, man. Who's the oldest elders out here that's teaching this Hebrew Israelite as a part of this Hebrew Israelite faith? That's the eldest man out here, whether it's coming from the Old Testament side or the Messianic side. And GOCC came out of One West. Okay, so what was the tradition? What was the traditions that was founded by those elders? You see what I'm saying? It's simple. You see what I'm saying? If we got splinter groups that came and they're young in this faith and young in this walk, then we got to go to the elders. I'm 25 years in the truth, knowing I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Came in and heard the truth in 92 and started studying the scripture 2 months later in January of 93. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't that old. His brothers older than me that came in the 80s, came in the 70s. So if we could track, okay, who came through One West? Who's the oldest? Who's the elders there that's still around standing firm? Who was the elder that came out of on the Old Testament? You see what I'm saying? That could go back to the 70s, go back to the 80s or the 60s. Where's those elders at? So we can get a timeline of what was being taught, because after that, everybody started doing their own thing. I mean, it seems like every year is something new coming up. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's always something new. It's a new name. It's a new, You know what I'm saying? Doctrine is the flat moon and stuff that don't got no bearing on nothing. It's this dumbness. It's this madness. You feel me? Distraction. I don't give a damn if the earth. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that because if we could go back to that and say, yo, okay, let's agree as a nation, because it only gonna have to be one standard, man, at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? For a feast day, I don't see how we can make that a big deal. If you doing it 1 week apart and we doing it the 11th or the 11th through the 19th, we can't say, okay, let's do this. Let's do 1 year and keep all the feast days the same day. I don't care if you want to do it this week, next week, the week after. I done went to people that do the Enoch Passover. I did the Passover with them a week before we did our Passover. I went to another brother who did the Passover the week after that. What's the difference? We doing the Most High Passover. Yeah. We celebrating the Most High Day. Right?
I'm about to say, you can hang out with every camp. Where they got it set up now, you can hang out with every camp.
Right, exactly. I mean, I do it for the love, but there's no way in hell we can't sit there and say, yo, we're going to do the 3 feast days on these dates right here. All Yasha'Allah, we're going to come together, you know what I'm saying, and we're going to keep the feast together. You can't make a doctrine out the Passover. I can't see if you make the doctrine out the feast.
You said something powerful. I want to. Do you think that the Most High respect most so than us actually getting the date correct? Just us coming together on this, just saying, you know what, we might not know the correct day as a nation. We're going to come together. We're going to honor you, Father. And
of course, the Most High,
you got to deal with it.
Of course, why would he not appreciate that? He wants us to come together as a nation. That's his commandment. So it's man and their pride and ego and men having esteem in their camps or congregations or assemblies, or they got disagreement with this brother, that brother, or, you know, they want to keep all their members to themselves. They scared if somebody talk to them, they may lose their tithes or their alms and offerings or their lordship over men. You see what I'm saying? These feast days don't have nothing to do with you. It have to do with the Most High first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Then us. So we talking about we want to serve the Most High. Why we can't keep that law? Why we can't keep Deuteronomy 16:60? That's what I want to know. You could bring all the doctrines, but why you can't keep Deuteronomy 16:60? All men supposed to gather and keep the feast. And you know how much powerful that will be, that all of us is together. And we listen, you want to say a higher shy boom, we gonna leave that, man. The Most High. The power of Abraham, Isaac,
I'm good
Jacob.
with the Most High.
Can we say the Most High? Can we pray
just to
you see the name of the channel? We on the Most High children.
Just to kind of add on to what the Ak just was saying, we in contract with the Most High, so we can't forget that. That's part of the remembrance of the contract.
Right.
It's a promise. It's a promise.
You know, I mean, I'm willing to compromise with people, you know what I'm saying, that I fellowship with, man. I done showed it. I even said Yahuwah. I said Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? But then people say, I don't want to say Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's crazy. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But you ain't going to tell me that if all these Israelites say, listen, we're going to keep the law that the Most High we said we're going to gather 3 times a year. You want to do your own thing for Purim, you want to do your own thing for Hanukkah, that's fine. But those 3 dates is mandatory. That's mandatory that every man of Israel show up. So we're going to sit there talking about we all Hebrews or Hebrew Israelites or this, that, and third Israelites. We can't keep a feast.
We go to Jerusalem.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, everybody can't get to Jerusalem. I wouldn't mind that, but I mean, I think that before we even get to that point, I think if we here in the system, I think 1 solid year of Yasha'Allah coming together and keeping all 3 feasts for 1 singular year, and then say, and we can do that, then it should be no problem by we saying, okay, we're gonna, by the time Tabernacles is done, right, we have a whole other 6 months to get plane tickets to organize and say we're gonna go to the land and do it there. But we need to do it here first. This is where we at. We here. This should be a neutral place right here in the United States of America. I don't care if it's midway in the country. So nobody can complain. And we all come to one.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
That's real. That's real. And see, you got to keep in mind the Most High will do certain things to get our attention, like this, to put us together.
Indeed, exactly, and that's what I was saying earlier. Because at the end of the day, we know the Most High. He calls the shots. He calls the shots. People may don't want to hear it, but he calls the shots. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, we have to we need to I don't want to use the word interpret, but I'm saying we need to interpret what happened and what's going on. And it's not going to be no excuse for the heathens, because the Most High is so great, he allowed these nations to destroy us, then he come back and still destroy them. That's how he get it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna beat them, and I'm gonna beat them for being disobedient. But know this, I'm coming to get you anyway. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still coming to get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because one, you don't love me.
It's like a parent. When your child at the time, it seemed like you against them, and when they're in trouble, you coming to get them. You know,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You coming to get them. Now your punishment is different than somebody else trying. You know, even though you might let them go out there and get a little taste of, but at the end of the day, you coming to get your child.
Exactly.
That's how I follow.
You know what I just looked up? I want to look up the center of the United States of America, right? And it looked like it's saying that geographic center of the United States, the geographic center of the United States, continuous 48 is located about 2 miles northwest of Lebanon, Kansas.
Oh, that's right. So let's get it in.
Yeah, you said you from that area?
I'm in Joplin.
You said you where? Are you breaking up?
I'm in Joplin, Missouri.
Okay, yeah, you right there. You're not that. You're right there. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, I don't see how. Yeah, I've been talking about this for a minute. We got a lot of groups and organizations coming together. You know, supposed to be coming together, whatever the case is, having a little powwows and meetings and greetings and things of that nature. But I mean, when is going to be that even those groups that's coming together, that they all collectively say, listen, we're going to be a pioneer and show that we're going to have this gigantic Passover. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to do that? I mean, I'm sick of people talking. I'm sick of the talk.
AOI, HOI, IUIC, GUMS. Can you same place, same building, same location?
Listen, man, I've been about this since we was bumping We Got Next back in the days, man. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a lot of these camps, man, or these congregations, man, that got this, you know, spirit that you got to come up under them. You got to be up under me and this, that, third, and all that. Ain't nobody, listen, man. Okay, the Most High calling 144,000 leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We all kings and priests, man. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we all princes, you know what I'm saying? And we all have a stock in this nation. You see what I'm saying? And you know, stop all the talking, man. You know what I mean? Stop all the talking. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do it, man. When we gonna do this Passover on first fruits and tabernacles, man? Hey Prince, man, when we gonna do it, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm calling all you camps because I'm a camp.
You know I'm with
camp. I'm calling all you out. You know what I'm saying? You can drop all the knowledge, drop all you want. But when you gonna have this Passover with all so-called Hebrew Israelites? So I don't care if you're Old Testament, New Testament, because the law's in the Old Testament anyway. Now what?
Gang, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Hey, good.
Let's do it. You know I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, we got what? We got like what, 4 months from right now?
Okay. Come.
You know what I'm saying? That's enough time to get something organized, man. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
That's enough time. You know? Yeah, one thing about Negroes, if they want some Jordans, they're gonna get that $200 for them Jordans. Whatever they want to get.
They won't spend $200 on the Passover though. They won't say, you know what?
We're going out of the Passover.
Hey, a good meal. We can enjoy ourselves and is a lot. I'm helping those that can't help them so they can get there. Like, I don't get that mentality in our people. We can, like you just said, we can spend those 200 on Jordans with no problem. We can even buy the $1,400 rims. $1,400 rims and put them on our car. But we can't spend
leave it up to us. We have
$200.
golden bitter herbs.
Yo, if a dang woman or woman tells you to come to Kansas and you can go get that Quad, you will be there. You won't make no excuses when that woman tell you to come out here and come see me. You make that date. Negroes kill me, man.
Be crazy early for that, right?
Cats will be on the China bus going to Kansas.
I got the mega bus right now. They can
Yeah.
Cats be on the Chinese bus with no power for the phone.
I'm seeing brothers right now on the bus going to see the same woman.
One on the mega bus, one on the Greyhound, and the Chinese bus. Man, I tell you, man, Israel's something else. I always say, man, if brothers chase this truth like they chase the Quad, we be in the kingdom already. Straight like that. Know what I'm saying?
Like my brothers, man, I'm calling and converse with y'all, but I do have much respect for y'all. I see that work that y'all put in. I see y'all out there on them. I see y'all in the face of the enemies, teaching them, taking up the nation. So I do have much respect for that work. Now I have a question because I'm new. I ain't that old to it, and I'm still learning. And, you know, some people say I know more than I should know. I want to ask is, how long shall a brother learn, or at what point is he ready to go out and teach others without confusing the masses?
I mean, it's a quickening spirit, man. Tell you that Isaiah 11:2, you know what I'm saying? Tell you that St. John 6:63, you know what I'm saying? And Isaiah 28:9 says, whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall he make understand doctrine? Okay, you know, the doctrines, the law, statute, commandments, Sirach 19:19. Him that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. You see what I'm saying? So when you read 2 Maccabees 7, it tell you that that she weaned her sons for 3 years. So 3 years up under a, you know what I'm saying, a spirit of quickening, you know what I'm saying? You got enough ammo. If you're sitting up under some elders or sitting up under some captains and leaders that you're learning from, okay, within that time period, you definitely should be sharp enough to go out there and teach on any corner, teach any congregation, and at the same time you're still going to be learning, because the scripture said once you become a teacher you need to be taught again. You see what I'm saying? So it's a continuous process, because some people got different talents. You see what I'm saying? Like the mighty Hebrew man, he can talk, the man can battle, the man can debate, the man is a man that goes into history, he's scholarly like that. You know, some people got that gift that they got a great memory of history and things of that nature like that. They can just go in. They got several talents, language, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people may just be better teachers. You see what I'm saying? They're not gonna be good or going out there on the highways and byways and leading. Some people may just be an ambassador type spirit. They know how to just fit in and talk. You know what I'm saying? On that type of way, diplomatic way, whatever the case is. So everybody got to figure out what is their role. You know what I'm saying? When they come in this truth, you know what I'm saying? And based off the gates that you're coming through is what's really going to educate you, you know what I'm saying, of where the Most High may place you. And then he tell you, I even show you a better gift. So 3 years, man, sitting up under, elders and teachers and stuff like that, and being humble and wanting to learn, man. But, you know, got this culture, this microwave Israelites, you know what I'm saying, popcorn Israelite popping up all over the place, and you know what I'm saying, and they're elder in 2 days. In 2 weeks, they're elder. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's ridiculous, man. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I brought that out, because you brought the YouTube world up. That's why I brought that out, like, you know, give us a perspective on. I was thinking the same thing that before you even try to go out here videos talking about you breaking down precepts right now.
Right. missteps. Bunch of missteps, man. I mean, like, sit your behind down, man. I mean, Greg Gooden. I mean, when I came in, I didn't jump up there and started teaching nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I was up there holding security.
And said we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests, right? Does that mean that we all preach?
Right. Well, I mean, you know, we got the Old Testament brother here. You know, Mashiach in Revelation 1:5 says, he will make us kings and priests. Make us. All right? Straight up and down. Make us kings and priests. You know, the only real priest of the nation of Israel was the Levites and the sons of Aaron. Know what I'm saying? So if you claiming to be an Ammonite, you claiming to be a Levite.
He just said something.
Judah wasn't the priest. Benjamin wasn't the priest. The other tribe wasn't the priest. The only priest was the Levites, which was the sons of Aaron was the high priest. They're the only one that could be a high priest, is the sons of Aaron. The Levites was the lower priest.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So even in Israel, everybody was not no priest, man. This
because Levi was also the lawyers.
Dang. And on top,
right,
when you go to Exodus chapter 19, verse 6, it's about how we would be a kingdom of priests. But that's only in retrospect to being the kingdom of priests unto the nations of the earth. When our is strictly the Levites, and within the Levites there was a Aaronic bloodline by way of high priesthood. So anybody just couldn't be Hakuhem. They couldn't be a high priest. You know what I mean? So you could be a Levite and not even a priest, and definitely not even a high priest. So absolutely correct.
Right, exactly. We're going to be a priest to govern the nations. You see what I'm saying?
Now, Harry, I want to ask Harry the question. He brought out something. You said that the Levites were lawyers too. Why was they lawyers? And priests.
See, it's like each of us served a different part of the body. It's all a body of Israel, but it's a different part. You got the king, and then you got the lawyers.
Yeah, I mean, just like the brother saying, it's like in any government, you know what I'm saying? You got people that's in the law, that's in law enforcement. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know, Judah held the kingship.
It was I was just basically trying to get to the fact that they dealt with the law. That's why they was lawyers. They dealt with the law.
If you're looking at it from a judicial level, you will have what is known as a Davidic national jurisdiction. And then from the ecclesiastical side of things, you have a Levitical ecclesiastical jurisdiction. So you got the Davidic lines, and then you got the high priest, which would advise the Davidic king. So you got national jurisdiction and ecclesiastical jurisdiction. This is how the Vatican City is operating. They operate from how they stole the sovereign understanding from the original Hebrew kings. So you are
in the term lawyer, it's not even written really. The word lawyer is not written in the Old Testament. So that this we already know who the lawyers are. They was the Levites. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually from back then. You would just say Levi.
It was one in the same question. Yeah, it was one in the same question. That's why I asked that question.
You would just say, "Where's Levi?" Instead of saying, "You gotta say, give me a lawyer," I gotta give me a Levi.
Right, right. Because you had the Levites that had cities and every in every community throughout the whole nation of Israel. They had the suburbs for the Levites. You know what I'm saying? Those are our lawyers. You see what I'm saying? And the high priest is like, you know what I'm saying, the top judge or whoever the top judge is.
We got to keep in mind something that's very important is the bloodline. Because you had the bloodlines. The Davidic bloodline, the David bloodline was very powerful. And that's why they try to water it down.
But when the David bloodline be the kings and not the
Khan, that's kings. That's king. Solomon, David, Saul, Solomon, all the way down. And they want to break that up so you don't know where to go.
So, because I'm asking, I'm not trying to even do it this way, but we seem to keep going this way. So don't that lead us back to the Melchizedek?
Yo, you must have heard me thinking out loud for some reason, because he was the priest of the Most High. Remember that, and I think he was also sound like Levi too, and
priest. He was a king and a priest.
Khan, because that was the order. It was called the Melchizedek order.
It's like a title, right? Correct.
A rank. It's like the rank too. It's like a rank, and because they also said Yahushua came through was under the order of Melchizedek. Was from the Melchizedek order, and if you notice, the births was kind of similar.
This is kind of why I was going to the line of question, because I know we got both sides on here, so I don't want to offend no one. That's kind of why I was going to the line of that question, because what he said he was going to make us kings and priests. Move forward, he separated the kings and the priests. He made the Levites the priesthood. He made Judah. It goes back to how do we become kings and priests, and then are we all supposed to be teachers? That's why I was asking.
1 Corinthians 12 addressed that about the gifts and stuff like that, and we already know that the Levites are the Aaronites are the high priests. The Levites was separated between Moses' children, Korah's children. They had separate duties. Even within the Levites, they did separate things based off their fathers. You see what I'm saying? So we had no kings until Saul, which from the tribe of Benjamin, and then the Most High chose David and said that he made a promise that that he will always be a king to sit on the throne. You saying with David, but we know that when the kingdom was split in half, the southern and northern the kingdom was split in half. So you had kings on the so-called northern kingdom and the southern.
The two.
There was kings that was Judah.
Let me ask you a question there. Was we supposed to have a king, or did we ask for a king? Like, is that something that the Most High wanted us to have, or that's something that big to have?
Everything that ever happened, brother, the Most High wanted to happen. Okay? When Jacob and Esau was born, he already gave the prophecy that the elders should serve the younger. It was already written in the fourth dimension. They had to play it out on the earth.
I see what you said. That was a good one. That was a good answer, though. That was a good one. I like that answer.
Now, if you want to get the break, because the Most I got a class called Deuteronomy 17:17 Hawk Smash. You see what I'm saying? I got that class, and that's a prophecy concerning King Solomon. That had nothing to do with a man having more than one wife. That was all about a prophecy concerning King Solomon. So my answer would be, yes. You know what I'm saying? The Most High knew that we was going to ask for a king. It was prophesied in Deuteronomy 17:17, and then it happened in 1 Samuel when they asked for the king. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so that was already prophesied to happen.
Also, people got to understand when you're talking about the king inside the scripture, the problem wasn't never asking for a king. The problem was you was asking for a king like the nations. This is why when you look in the 18th chapter of Deuteronomy, we see clear the law, statutes, and commandments, how to conduct oneself if one is a king. Which in that chapter as well, many people misinterpret by saying that a king can't have more than one wife. But my thing is, that's not true. That's not what the text is conveying. When it says when it says he can't have many horses, it's only speaking about a certain type of taste and materialism, because that was the commodity at that time. So they don't even understand the principle behind the subject matter as to what is being conveyed. They're just running back like, oh, see, he can't have such and such. No. What it's saying is that king shouldn't indulge in his riches, his material. So when it says he can't have many wives and horses, it's only talking about a certain intake to the point where he starts lusting over these things. So
yeah, my East not going. She not going.
When you go in there, I send y'all the class. If y'all go look it up on YouTube, I did a breakdown. Y'all can check it out on that chapter right there. And when you really look into it, if you check out my breakdown of it, it's a prophecy concerning King Solomon. And when it mentioned that he should not multiply wives in that chapter in Deuteronomy, to turn away his heart. That's the key. And people miss. Listen,
I saw that. We see that. We see that.
Who could turn? Who turns away your heart? Is the heathen women that the Most High told us not to marry in Deuteronomy 7. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about when you marry, you in love. You feel me? You in love. That's why it says Solomon loved these strange women.
You were doing anything to please your wife.
Right, and claved onto him. So that was a prophecy concerning that was going to go down with King Solomon, because it tells you. And when they wanted a king, when did they wanted a king? When did they desire the king? Because he was prophesied, and when they want a king, when they wanted the king happened in 1 Samuel. I mean, in the book of 1 Samuel. You know what I'm saying? So Solomon multiplied 300 concubine heathen women that he loved, the scripture says. And in his old age, they turned his heart, is exactly what it says in Deuteronomy 17:17, man. You know what I'm saying? That they don't turn his heart. You know what I'm saying? But if you type in on Army of Israel, or you type in Deuteronomy 17:17 Hawk Smash, check out the breakdown. It's like 2 hours maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta check y'all out. But I do follow y'all work, good bro, man. I see y'all, especially you. I mean, you powerful. You put that word in, and then matter of fact, give some shout outs, man, and let people know how to reach y'all and find y'all on y'all channels, man, because I follow you guys, man. I be out there watching y'all. I try to watch all the groups. It's a lot of us now, so it's kind of hard to keep up with everybody, but I be trying to watch my brothers and monitor them and see what's going on with everybody, because I like the mighty Hebrew. I believe that we need to come together. So I don't look at the ideology versus what the work we putting in. I really deal.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. If you go to the Army of Israel headquarters online, all you got to do is type in Army of Israel. You'll see definitely banging on Esau. That video going to pop up. You're going to see, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see nothing but Army of Israel. You're going to see the channel right there. And this to say something about the brother, the Prince, man, Shaw, the mighty Hebrew, man, better known as, you know what I'm saying? Me, if you go on my channel, I got various different groups on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because the Army of Israel represent the whole house of Israel. I don't own the Army of Israel. That's the Most High. The Army of Israel is the whole 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The two sticks coming back together. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, where you get E37 from. You see what I'm saying? So I got mighty Hebrew up there banging in, going in on Sarnetta and a few different joints I got with the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I understand that we Hebrew Israelites, and there's knowledge to be shared, period. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how I get it in at the that's how we get in at the Army of Israel. So you go visit the channel, man. We got the music up there. We got the street teachings, of course. We got classes up there. We got little documentaries up there. So I mean, it's a channel for all Israel. You know what I'm saying?
So we definitely good, brother. If you don't mind, we gotta bring you. You don't mind, we gotta bring you back on the show and do just a one-on-one with you, so we can talk about all that good stuff y'all got going on. Because that banging on Esau is banging. I mean, the video, hey, it's banging. Hey, I saw it. Ooh, it's banging.
God.
I remember when y'all were doing the video and everything, man. It was powerful. Just watching y'all put it all together was just awesome. You know, even though I wasn't there, I felt like I was there because y'all kept us well informed on a lot of things that was going on, and y'all made y'all move. So I felt like I was at home with you guys, man. I saw y'all take the trips and travel and do all the things y'all do to complete that video and everything. So it's just much appreciated that y'all You know what I'm saying? That let you know I've been watching for a minute. I saw y'all.
I don't know. Yeah, shout out to the brothers and sisters of the Army of Israel, Lily, y'all. Shout out to Asha Sha'ala, man. You know what I'm saying? For having a vision for that joint, man, and we put it together, man. It was fun, man, and it popped, man. You know, it buzzed in Yasha Allah, man. The video is going to towards 250,000 now. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's
for
powerful.
Hebrew.
That's
now
powerful.
you got to get Hebrew Israelite.
That's powerful right there.
Now Hellraiser, they got to get us. The Mighty Hebrew, we got to get the Godiah. I'm Brother Godiah. They got to get all us on. Now we got to all make a song. You know what I'm saying? We got to make like a 9. We got to do like one of those Prince or Michael Jackson joints. Like a 13, 14-minute song. You know what I'm saying? And come back with that old school.
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out to Hellraiser, man. Wu-Tang groups back in the days. You know, I'm from back in the days, man. And I remember when Wu-Tang came to the 1994 Passover. I think it was 94. They came to the Passover out there in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And they came to the Passover, man. I was there at that Passover when y'all came out to the Passover that day, man. That time, man. I was there.
That's crazy.
When the young men up lifted off that Yayan. When we was there, we saw you brothers there, man.
All right, Hellraiser.
Wow. You just took me way back just now.
Yeah, he just opened the door, so I gotta get it. He just opened the door. Hellraiser.
I was there, man.
Listen here.
You know what I'm saying? I think they performed too. They spit some joints up there, man. And you know what I'm saying? It was a big Passover, man. It was real nice, man. That was one of them Passovers I remember, man. I was a young dude, man. You know what I'm saying? It was lit. You know what I'm saying? We was getting lit. You know what I'm saying?
Because they had the Rams on. They had the Rams on for that night too.
Now the spotlight on you, though, Hellraiser. The spotlight on you. The spotlight on you now.
Yeah. Talk to me. What's
the brother Shaya Allah used to roll with y'all cats using the ice cream video.
Kane. That's exactly who came to mind when you said that, because that's who brought us up there.
God, I know that was the connect right there. Yep, I was there, man.
Now, Hellraiser, you a powerful brother in the community. We know you powerful. You been around for a minute. Y'all did some great works, and y'all got
beloved. Torah Rabah, beloved, the water.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Con.
All right, y'all a powerful group, right? And y'all came out with that wisdom a long time ago, and you got a chance to walk that limelight for a little bit. And now you dealing with this truth. So I want to understand your walk a little bit as we talk about the memory of our brother and everything. I want to talk about this walk with you a little bit, because you
talk to me.
Both sides of the track.
Talk to me.
Now I want to ask you, how does that feel being on both sides of the track? Like, what is it like going from one to the other, or was it always there?
It was kind of always there, but you learn a lot. You learn a lot. You learn pros and cons from both sides. You understand what I'm saying? There's pros and cons on each side, and certain things when you stand on one side, you won't ever think of that, and then when you see it, then you're like, oh, now I can think of that. I never would have thought of that. But it's just like, for instance, law is law, pretty much. And if we didn't continue, what we got to remember is if we would have continued following law, we all would have been dead by now.
You said we would have continued following law. We'd have already been dead by now?
Would have been a lot of us dead, because a lot of people don't. When it comes to that law, that's very serious. That's not something that's light there, and it's even things for, like, they was put to death for homosexuality. And today, it's okay to do it.
Right,
it was put to death for that before. Kane.
Bro.
It's a difference. There's This is why certain things had to happen, because Israel was becoming like too many other nations. Too wicked from following other nations. Came out of Egypt with the Egypt mentality. Left Babylon with the Babylon mentality. And then got into America. Now we got the American mentality.
Wow, that's powerful.
And every time we came out, we kept carrying it with us. Every time.
So basically, we move from one captivity to the next,
to another,
and we carry those.
Exactly.
And we carry those ideas.
Spiritual, from physical. We went through physical slavery to spiritual slavery, and then mental slavery.
Now, what's the worst? Because I think a lot of times on that, because I tell people we in that mental slavery right now, and we dealing with things that our mind don't perceive. We dealing with like especially going to work or the way we live, because like we don't raise our children to go out and create corporations or create businesses. We raise them to go and inject themselves within the business and help that business thrive versus helping. So basically, we don't create entrepreneurs no more. We create workers. So
facts. That's facts. And because when you don't educate yourself, you know what? You pretty much just a mental slave, because you don't think for yourself.
Yeah, that's the mental slavery, because we no longer entrepreneurs or anything that's going to deal with self, with what we call good, or as they call good economics. And creating good. I don't mean to laugh, but it's funny how they did that shit.
But it's true. It's true because they learned about it. They did. They learned about it. They studied it. We've been studied by so many other nations. It's not even funny. It's so crazy that people move to this country to see us. They're like, I gotta go to America. That's where the people is at.
Hold on, elaborate on that. You say people move to this country
to see us. Yup, we like exactly. It's like they over there. They tell each other they over there, and oh yeah, go see them. They look like this now. They wear this, they wear that, they do all this. Mm-hmm.
Are we in the zoo and they the visitors? They that what you're saying?
Huh, that's why everybody move here. That's why they all move here. Because you notice wherever Israel was at was where it became rich. Those places became rich. When we was in, look how rich Egypt was when we was in there.
Oh, you know I gotta come in. I'm the host of the show. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you said something. You said Egypt. For Egypt was when we was there. Now, when you say that, the Kemetic brothers gonna get mad. They gonna be like,
"It's not." It's not. I'm just keeping it 100, man. The Hyksos dynasty was.
They gonna get mad though. Because they gonna say we don't exist.
When the Hyksos was there, it was different. Yeah. You can't say what you can't say that because the Hyksos was there. They know who the Shepherd Kings was.
Looking in the wrong region. They ain't looking in the Levant. That's a whole other subject.
Come on, everywhere we got into Babylon, look how rich it was there. This is why nations want us. They're like, we get those people, we get rich. They got the riches with them, and they don't even know it.
I can take it, but I want you to keep building. But I can take it deeper because the scriptures tell us that the land would not yield those fruits to them, and they had to have us as workers for those fruits to yield. That's one thing I would put out there, but I'm gonna leave it there.
No, I'm glad you did because it all links, because that plays a part of it. It plays a part of it. That's why they like, we got to go hire them.
What's the name of this show, brother?
That's what I was thinking too. Y'all got to give me the link to this. I got, make sure this is seen and heard, man, because this is heavy stuff, information.
Mighty Hebrew, because I don't have y'all on my page, so I can send y'all the link. But I'm on YouTube. It's Tmhc TV. We live right now. Just Tmhc TV, the Most High Children TV.
Okay, the Most High Children. THMC.
You said THMC?
THMC TV. The Most High Children TV. Okay.
This is for us. Like the Army of Israel, this is for us. Children's TV. You know what I'm saying? This is us.
The most high. Hold on.
Children.
Let me just look at your name. All right. THMC. I got you.
TMAC. You ain't got me yet. TMAC. I love y'all so much, man. I do.
I see the logo now.
TMHC TV. And we got them lions watching us all the way around. We watching. You know what I'm saying? First, I'll be the first one to say that, but I love my brothers. I got pulled out out of love for my brothers, and I saw an error in each other more than helping each other. I saw us destroying each other more than building each other. This channel was created so that we can build each other and not fight against each other. So we don't fight here. We don't disrespect here. We show love here. That's the Most High Children TV. That's what it's about.
Powerful, crazy.
Get down over here. There. Yeah, we don't fight here, man. It's so much. And I watch, and I bring out names. I shouldn't do it, but I will. But Tommy Sotomayor, Polite, City, all these high power brothers destroyed. They drop here and there. They drop them. But at the end of the day, it's destructive. Because you got to know how to, like, I can't give key to the house if that child is not ready to unlock the door. You understand? Because the child that got the key is supposed to be the one that goes in the house and watch over the house, right? What I'm saying? But that child I would trust with the key would be the one I would trust to go in the house and watch over the house until I can get to the house. Right?
Still trying to find your YouTube channel. I can't find it for some reason.
TMHC. Just TMHC.
Yeah, the most high children TV, right?
It's a pull up. Everything.
If I spell it out, right?
Just put in T. You can just put in TMHC TV. I'll pull it up.
TMHC TV.
Yeah, I should pull up. You see the lines and everything.
Oh wow! Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I just subscribe to you. Brother.
The Most High said we was counted as the stars, you know what I'm saying? You can't number us, so we will never meet each other all together. But I'm going to tell y'all guys something. The Most High did something different with me because everybody I ever listened to, ever watched, and he only told me to open the show up. open to show up, and everybody came. It's like the Field of Dreams. If you build, they shall come type of shit. Here with the Most High children, the Most High is bringing. It's like it's some 7x7 scenario. He's bringing them. We got the clean and the unclean beasts come here, and I don't mind talking with them. One of them. I would love to get Sarnetta on here and talk with him, but he won't act right at the same time. But this is basically for us. So I go into a little bit on that. This channel is just basically for us, so we can speak unbiasedly and not have nobody to filter what's being said. So I don't edit, don't do none of that to the videos. What we say is what goes out.
That's it. That's interesting. You know what? Since we all congregating right now, the Summa, where would that be today? They say Iraq, yes, the Sumerians.
Conversation. I heard Zion Lex matter supposed to have Zion Lex on the show. Speak about that. Very interesting conversation because they stretch into America, right? But we hear you.
I have to go now.
But you know what you just asked, it kind of stretched over into North America too. You know that, right?
I was wondering that because you know that what was that? They had the Aztec that got here first. You had the Aztec and the who came here? It was Aztec.
My bad. We hear you, Mighty, but we hear you. If I don't know if you can hear me, we hear you.
What I'm saying, I have to go now after 10 to my family.
Because Issachar was here. Issachar came over here.
I have to go. I have to get
Hold on, Razor. You got to move around, Mighty Hebrew.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you want to give any closing remarks or any statements or something? I know you say you about to go, so go and do your thing before you cut out.
Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh, the supreme, eternal, powerful one of our forefathers. Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Again, to the Tatum family. Again, my condolences. We are happy to let everybody know the move that we made is making some powerful strides within the Hebrew Israelite nation. So again, just giving all praise and honor to Yahweh. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom.
Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to...
You are too, Army of Israel?
Yeah, man, I'm about to take it down, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely like to give me a where you at on Facebook, man?
I'm Gedaya Yasharala on Facebook.
Ladaya?
Gedaya. GEDALYAH. Gedaya Yasharala.
Lee Senior High School. I got you. You're my friend. You my friend on here. I don't even know who's my friend. Cool. We already. I watch. Oh yeah, we already chatted up and all that.
Yeah, we done talked a little bit, man. I keep telling you, you recognizing me, man. I miss what y'all got. We be busy. So I tell them to have respect and honor and glory and understand that everybody busy, but you see I done sent you messages and everything. Yeah, you my brother, man.
All praise,
you see it now.
Man. Yeah, I see it now. Be like, like a lot of people be my friends on Facebook. I just be checking like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't be knowing that.
It's all good, but I ain't never got mad at you about that. But no, man, you want to give any closing remarks or anything? We can actually end the show. I would love to go out on something real powerful and give the people something real power as an exit strategy. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody seems to be leaving the building. So I would love for y'all to drop y'all wisdom to people, whether they agree or don't agree. It don't matter to me because I know we all Israel.
Right. Khan. So I I don't know who want to rock out first, man, but you know, like I was saying earlier, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, we gotta learn to get to know each other, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people just go off the hype of what people say in Yasha Allah about camp or assembly or this person, that person, but you never got a chance to even spoke to them on the phone. You feel me? Like a lot of times I was just getting debates on Facebook. I stopped, you know, on Facebook, and I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what, my man? Call me. Here's my number. Call me. Cause you know what I'm saying? You got 1,000 precepts on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But call me. Let's let the spirits touch now. You see what I'm saying? And then we get on the phone and start talking. It's a whole nother story then. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to learn how to communicate, get to know each other, talk with each other, sit down, build trust, and then we'll be able to have an open discussion and really get to make moves, because now you really get to know somebody versus seeing somebody on a profile picture, or, you know, texting on a DM, or you know what I'm saying, or, you know, watch a video. You know, you got to get interpersonal with people, man. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you'll build a trust, you build some love and all that, and to the point where we able to stand up and like, you know what, man, we on some bull, man. You know what I'm saying? We really need to start doing some things together as a nation. You know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't have to do it in tragedies such as this, when a brother man was just out there doing an event a couple weeks back, and who I met in at the concert in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? And now the brother, you know what I'm saying, is not here no more, and left a whole family, man. You know what I'm saying? A whole family of 12. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? You know, three wives, 9 children. You see what I'm saying? Now this man is not there to protect his household, man. So it's gonna be up to Yasha Allah right now to be a father unto the fatherless. You see what I'm saying? So you know, we just gonna have to really stand up, man, on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, people need to, you know, send them arms. If you're not gonna make it, man, you know, send them arms to those that can make it and represent. You see what I'm saying? Send some arms to the army of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I definitely want to be repping in the building. I just came all the way from driving all the way cross country, man. Across the United States of America.
How your trips been? I seen you been traveling. I don't mean to cut you off, but you've been traveling. I saw a lot of the work you've been doing. I see you've been traveling. I see how you going out throughout the different awakening our people, man. How, not to cut you off, but how was that experience, man? Just moving around like you've been moving around. Like, I really want to know that. Like, I want to know like that a little bit.
It's just, you know what I'm saying, on the zeal, man. You gotta have zeal. You know what I mean? And you know, I could do more too. You see what I'm saying? But you know, when you tied down on, you know, Esau job and stuff like that, you really can't maximize your potential as being a teacher or a prophet. You know what I mean? You know, brothers got to really learn how to trust in the Most High, as he says in Matthew 10 and Luke 10. You see what I'm saying? He said the laborer is worthy of his meat. You know what I mean? And if you reach out, Scripture said, ask and you shall receive. You know, I went across the country. I have various brothers sending money to me, whether it was $40, $50, $100, $200, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But the brothers, the brews showed up. You know what I'm saying? Made sure that, you know, the funds was given, that I went on this trip, because I went first to Texas for a brother that's assembly, Akiyahu. Shout out to Akiyahu. You know what I'm saying? Most God bless his family. His 13-year-old daughter passed away. You know what I'm saying? From leukemia, man. So I had to go out there for the funeral. You know what I'm saying? Represent for my brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know,
gotta pray for his family too. You gotta pray for his family too.
Hallelujah, yeah, beautiful girl, Hannah, man. You know what I'm saying? Diagnosed in July, and she was getting better, but the Most High, you know, it still took her. You see what I'm saying? And I went out there to represent for the family. And from there, I was in Dallas. From there, I went and chilled with a brother in Oklahoma, Cass, Oklahoma. Then went to Oklahoma City with on the Servants of the Redeemed, Yarmayim, NYMG. Then I went down to St. Louis. I have a daughter in St. Louis and some brothers out there. And then I went to California through Kansas City, through Kansas, to go pick up a family in California. You know what I'm saying? That was that was set apart for 3 years. Walked from Cleveland to California, basically living in a tent. You see what I'm saying? A couple and 2 children. So I went to pick them up and bring them back to Miami. So I went all the way through the northern route through Kansas, Utah, Colorado, you know, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Nevada. Yeah, I had to pass a little bit through Arizona and Nevada. The Vegas, I got family out there. Stood out there for like a day. And then I went down to Cali, picked them up, and we drove the southern route through Phoenix, Arizona, New Mexico, you know what I'm saying, Arizona. Well, I said Phoenix, New Mexico, and Texas, and came back to Miami that way, man. So, you know, it was like 3 weeks, man, for real, almost like a month. Matter of fact, it was like a month. I was on the road. You see what I'm saying? And,
now, I'm gonna ask you another question. Leave you alone.
Yeah.
I saw when your car got wrecked. I ain't mean to bring it up, but I had to. Man, how did you feel, man? Because I know you was out here moving around, and then your car got wrecked. It was like what, a year or so ago when your car got wrecked?
I was in Dayton, Ohio, man. I was running late for work, man. I was a substitute teacher out there. I was a 5th grade teacher out there, and I'm running late, and they had the black ice out there. You know what I'm saying? I try to move a little too quick. Coming up on a stop sign, I hit the brake, and that joint is locked up, and I was just in the slow motion zone. I was like, oh man.
You was the cause of the accident. So you was the cause, okay.
Yeah, I was the cause, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, see on CTV get the true story. Nah, I'm just
but the funny thing, man, was another teacher going to work too that ran into me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, but you know, it's nature, man. I mean, I can't see no black ice, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was trying to come up to the curb.
I just really talk about it.
You know what I mean? But you know, all that happened. You know what I'm saying? My car got fixed, and I was able to get a Suburban, and I did the thankful video. I had that Suburban in there, the 2017 joint. I think 2017 joint.
Now, what did y'all have when y'all did the Banging on Esau? Because y'all had that, was that 300? What y'all have in that video? Like, that was awesome,
I think
man.
that was a 2016 Charger, I think it was. Yeah, a Dodge Charger or something like that.
Look at y'all. I saw y'all. Y'all was clowning, man. I love that. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just poking at you now because
you know that accident gave me the 300 2016 300 that I drove down to Florida with for the Ninth Summit, and you know we did the concert there, so I drove down there and the 300 with the rooftop, you know what I mean, it's doing my thing, so this is all good.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just poking at the bear, man. I'm just messing with you because I know. I follow you, bro.
I got a lot of episodes, man. A lot of things be going on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Satan be trying to come knock a brother down and all that, but you know, I still stand. You know what I mean? Gird up my loins like a man. You know, so.
But I ain't gonna hold you. We about to end the show. I'm gonna give Hellraiser his time to. First off, you can go on and close out, and then I'm gonna give Hellraiser his time to talk. Well, matter of fact, let Hellraiser talk a little bit. Then we're gonna close out, and then we can all go our separate ways. Let's have about another 15 minutes of brotherhood, and then we can all close out and go our separate ways.
Hellraiser, you can hear me?
And we hear you loud and clear.
You can hear me? This is good. This is a good conjugation right here. This is serious. This is a serious thing. Because it's like being a family, but you don't speak to your cousins and stuff like that. That's very weird. And we gotta cover each other, you know what I'm saying? We all part of the anybody part of that 12, we gotta be in sync together. Very important. It's like having family, but you don't talk to your brother or your cousin, y'all don't speak. That's weird. Nobody don't operate like that, and we don't. We gotta keep in mind that we like a blueprint to other nations. They watch how we function and operate to know what they gotta do. So whatever we start doing, we gotta keep in mind we being watched by everybody, by everybody. And it'll get duplicated. It'll get duplicated. It's very important. We teach our children. That's serious. That's serious because there's a lot of attacks on the youth right now. We got to pay attention to that. That's all connected to our future. And it's getting real serious for us.
It's hard to tell where Hellraiser at because he speaks to make sure we understand what he's saying. I'm Hellraiser. Was you done or did I cut in?
Nah, I'm done. I just didn't know if somebody was about to happen.
I just like the way you dialogue. You say you'll say a line and you give people time to think about it, and then you go into the next line. So that's way.
I mean, that's the way you build and conversate, you know. So you're not cutting nobody off, or if somebody. So we all cooperate with each other.
Oh, praise. You cool, brother. The mighty Hebrew been speaking highly of you for a long time. And he's been telling me he's been trying to get you on the show for a long time. And I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate the Army of Israel coming on. Much respect on both sides, man. I'm new. I'm learning.
Likewise,
I'm growing.
Likewise. Torah Bob for having me come, invite me to come on.
Well,
man, it's a family.
Appreciate it as well.
Now, we need to close so we can let the people know a lot. I want y'all to give insight on what you have going on and all those different things and what they can look forward to. Organization. Let the people know that. What it is, we family.
Somebody got cut off. They was talking and then it stopped.
That was me. Go ahead. No, you came in. You good. Go ahead.
Anything, far as anything to keep up with what's going on or what's happening, my website is hellraiserdigital.com. And that's Hellraiser, RAZAH, digital.com. It's everything from up there, from my clothing to music to videos to studying and all kinds of things. I get this link. This is going up there too.
What's that website again, brother?
Hellraiserdigital.com. That will be www.hellraiserdigital.com. Hellraiserdigital.com. You see it?
All right, yeah. No, I'm just gonna Google it and find it from there. Hellraiser, HELRAZAD.
HELL.
RAZ.
RAZAH.
Hellraiser Digital Dope.
No, that's a mixtape I put out. It's just hellraiserdigital.com.
Okay.
I got a movie coming out next year too.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
I can't be one sitting on the park bench. I can't be nothing.
Talk to me. All right, what's going on?
I'm messing my love, man. I would just like to be reading the newspaper on the park bench.
What's the movie about, brother?
It's a documentary on my life story.
Oh, okay, that's what it'll be like.
I don't know if y'all know that in April 6, 2010, I had a brain aneurysm.
Well, I didn't know about that, brother. Sorry about that.
So I've been in recovery.
You okay, bro?
I've been in recovery pretty much since 2017. That's like 7 years already. So that's what it's about.
So you've been 7 years into it?
Pretty much.
Are they still finding tumors and stuff, or are you?
No more. I've been good.
Man, I would love, to bring you back on and just talk about that, because that's a big issue too. A lot of our people deal with those brain aneurysm and stuff, and they go through those different things. So that would be something positive too. Are you down for that?
Let's do it. Let's make that happen.
I got to set it up. I'm about to connect with you through the Mighty Hebrew, but I'm gonna get up with you.
Yeah, well, my movie trailer is online too. It's the website for the movie. Is on Risen, RISEN, because that's the name of the movie. It's called Risen. RisenDocumentary.com is the website for the movie. You can see the trailer.
We got a back chat. We got a back chat. Can y'all? You can put it in the back chat, the link, so we can pull it up.
Yeah, I'm on the site. I got it.
You got it. I'm gonna go look for it too. Order too.
All day, man. So all I can say in closing, man, is everybody stand firm. You know what I'm saying? No prayer. The Most High have mercy on us, our individual walk. You know what I'm saying? That He used us for good. He used us for good and not evil. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why this thing making this noise. But that we endure to the end, man. You see what I'm saying? And Most High bless the brother Hellraiser, man, you know what I'm saying? For going through that struggle and fighting, man, the Most High having that mercy, man. Because a lot of people don't come back from that.
Kane, tell the robot too for that. Shalom. Kane.
I'm sorry, man. My phone is tripping right now.
I heard somebody
Tmhc
or something.
Yeah, we just gonna say peace, love, and power. We're gonna say our praises to the Most High. I say Yishai. Some say Yahweh. And it is what it is, but we're gonna say peace to the family.